3, 2, 1.
Dang, Varric. Oh, is this thing on? Hi, I'm Jeff. Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
Hello there. This is General Kenobi. Hey, this is David from Black Spire Broadcast.
Hey, I'm Todd Freeman, also known as Toad.
Hey guys, Aperture for Collectibles here.
Well, hey, I'm Seth with Rogue Squad Garage.
Hey, it's J2SO.
Hi, I am Mark. Welcome to the Space Runners Lounge.
This is Joel Hazy at Hazy Customs.
Hi, I'm Jason.
Yo, this is Evan the Collector.
Yo, it's your man Flex, and you're watching the Spice Runners Lounge.
Hey, this is Brian from Brian Makes Dioramas, and you're watching the Spice Runners Lounge.
And you are watching the Spice Runners Lounge.
And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
And you're watching Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
Join me and together we can rule the galaxy.
And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
It's a trap!
Spice Lounge, where we hang out on Talk Dang Ferric. So we are on episode 149.
Damn.
Wow.
24th, 2025. Yeah. We're burning through these episodes. It's been, what, three years now that we've been doing this. So it's been a good time. So this Friday, we're joined by Brad, a.k.a. Jedi Fyfe, and Muck Chinook, or Canuck.
The Canuck.
But the military enemy sees Chinook, you know.
Canuck, I'm Tatonka.
Yeah.
Are we charging him a tariff to be here?
Oh yeah, starts in February.
February, right? I think we lost Jeff during the intro.
He was there at the bottom, but he wasn't added in, so I don't know what if he bailed out or if he was like, "This is a good time, I'm out." I don't know.
Yeah, it's like you guys aren't cool.
He pulled it back, you know, leave during the
show. Goodbye.
Yeah, Dubak is known for like disappearing. Just goes.
Yeah, let's get this show started and let's welcome everybody here in the panel. And while we wait for Jeff, so Brad, welcome to the show. First time on the show. Thank you for being here, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I appreciate the opportunity to hop on. First time. Be gentle with me.
No, we'll be so gentle with you. Well, welcome. Can't wait to talk about your story, your artwork, or your collection there you got in the back.
Excited.
Yeah, it's all Marcel's fault.
It's all Marcel's fault.
Yeah. Not exactly.
Influence. He's a bad boy.
It's a trap!
Marcel, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. My Nancy and Khaleesi drove out of town to go look at a cat. Anybody here have a cat? We've never had a cat before. So it was a no-go. Apparently the cat was not friendly enough. So we're still on the hunt for more cats. As long as there's not a cat in the house, I'm really good, actually. I'm more of a dog kind of person and a cat kind of guy. But anyway, aside from that, doing real well. Sorry to all the lovely people out there that have cats.
That's what they don't tell you about cats. Cats are fucking destructive.
They are. I love
them. Are they?
Cats.
Yes.
Ah, see, everybody
more
here
so
is a
than
cat
dogs.
fan.
I would argue.
They'll take over your whole house too. Yeah. Every spot.
Marcel, I had a giant dog before and a Cocker Spaniel, and now we're 2 cats, no dogs. Right? The dogs, they passed away, and we've got cats. And the 2 cats that we have, I don't know what we got so lucky. Like they're not destructive at all. They like lounge around and.
That's awesome.
So
did you like declaw them?
No, don't do that.
No.
So we're not going to do anything like that. It's Nancy and Khaleesi. They've always wanted a cat, and Khaleesi's guinea pigs one of them passed away like last year, and the other one's sort of on the way out. So we're like, well, it's time to get a cat. So anyway, that's what's new with me. Cats are incoming.
Get a kitten. Get a kitten. And then that way you can kind of shape the cat, as far as how you want that cat to be.
Get a
an
ferret.
adult, they're set in their ways. Yeah.
And you got a new haircut too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Marcel, get a
this
ferret.
is my working in the kitchen, cleaning the house, put your hair in a bun. You know.
Well, welcome,
style.
dude.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah, good to see you. J2, so how you doing, man?
Good. Excited to have some guests this week and follow these, stories. I know, Brad, I was following you before. I've seen your stuff post up in a bunch of groups, and yeah, that collection's awesome. So
thanks, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back, J2. Jeff, how you doing, man? Having computer issues?
Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, something weird's going on, and I had to log into StreamYard because it was acting weird. So yeah, I'm here.
So welcome back. Yeah, I was having issues yesterday too.
Yeah, I was looking for a ferret. So, but
ferret.
Yeah, I'm shopping
Get
for
a
ferrets
meerkat,
this week, so.
man. Get a meerkat.
Dude, ferrets.
No,
are
Joel says
badass.
to get ferrets. I don't know why he's hooked up.
Otter.
Ferrets.
How about
I'd
an
much
otter?
rather have a ferret than a cat.
Well,
I have a cat, by the way.
We have Fisher cats up here, Joel. Those are really fun. So, yeah, it's like a giant weasel, but they're nasty. So they scream like a kid's getting punished outside. Yeah, it's really fun.
Oh, that would be sick.
Yeah. I'll have to show you some videos of that stuff. But
Dank ferret.
yeah,
That's perfect.
I'm excited to have Brad and Marcel on also, and I'm headed to Florida next week, so I'll be seeing you guys soon. So.
Oh yeah, 2 weeks, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's in Florida, bro?
So.
Okay.
So I'm going to visit Mom for a little bit, and then I'll see some of the crew at MegaCon. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope. Oh, welcome back, dude.
Yeah, man. Good to be here.
Hey, Neil, how you doing today? Oh, Joel, you're there too?
Doing great. Isn't that cool?
No.
It's amazing, dude.
Joel's
That's
got a big brother, little brother.
I know.
Dude, look at that.
Yeah, Oshkosh it all up.
Wow. That's
Isn't that
cool,
cool?
man.
That's badass, dude.
Dude, that's so cool.
Even has real hair too. Wow.
Yeah, what do you think he has the cat for?
I had to shave it off. How you doing, Joe? You doing all right, man?
I'm doing great. I am so looking forward to next week. Yeah.
What's going on next week?
Oh, Florida, baby.
When do you get here?
I don't get there until like midnight Thursday.
You coming
Like
next week or week
Friday?
after next?
Following week. You're going the following week. I'm going next week.
Oh, so I guess it's the following week. Is it 2
Yeah,
weeks away still?
2 weeks
Damn
from
it.
today. Yeah.
Damn it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, now Joel's night's ruined.
This is broken.
Sorry, Joel.
Friday sucks.
Sorry, buddy. Got another week of work.
Brad, it's great to see you. Marcel, it's great to see you again. So
Yeah, you too, Joel.
I look forward to tonight.
So cool. All right.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Joe. Scott, welcome back, dude.
Hello.
Hello there.
So now, ma'am, huh? With the new job, you don't support that anymore.
No, I was supposed to go, and something changed last minute to where I didn't. So I still don't know what exactly happened. It is what it is. You know. So.
I'm really good. You guys are okay with the fires so far, you know. And
Yeah.
Whoa,
Appreciate
yeah.
that.
Well, if Scott would stop starting them, then
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about that, because the question is, how many of them are arson? How many of them are for whatever reason, right? And it's like, if it's arson, because they've been catching people down here that are starting them.
yeah.
And it's like, do we just need to go ahead and put out like, hey, if you're caught arson, 25 years minimum.
Yeah.
Something that's strict enough to get people to stop doing it.
We could set them on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, what is it, Singapore or something like that? Or what area, if you're caught stealing, they cut off your hand?
Yeah.
If you bring in drugs, they just execute you? I mean, that's pretty freaking
Not going to
harsh.
happen in California.
No,
I was
not
going to
that,
say
but,
that, or Washington or Portland. Or
but I would say with at least arson, is something that is strict enough so that people just don't do it. Because what the is wrong with you if you do something like that? I mean, seriously, there's got to be something wrong with you.
well,
Cards.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, man, that sucks, dude.
Glad you're safe.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Oh, welcome
Jacob.
back.
And great to see Brad here
Oh,
and
yeah.
Marcel again.
Thank you.
Princess Marcel.
His Royal Highness.
It's too funny.
Nook Canuck.
And then, last but not least, we got Dewback Deliveries. How you doing, dude?
Hey, everybody. Good evening.
Mountain Dew.
Great background.
Yeah, is everybody else watching behind Dewback and knows exactly what's
Oh, you
playing?
can hear it. You can
Yeah.
hear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
One of
no,
those.
it's on mute. Should be on mute.
No.
I'll go on.
You just know what's.
No, your brain is ingrained with the movie.
Yeah.
It's like when you see a TIE fighter fly by and there's no sound, you hear it.
Yeah.
You hear that scream.
It's imprinted. Well, if it gets distracting, I can shut it off.
Nah.
Nope.
No, man.
We'll just see if we get, what's it called? Demonetized or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Shut down. Yeah.
I put it on mostly so everybody could see how level it is that when Evan hung the screen.
Can I ask what version that is?
It's the crappy edited version.
Okay.
Oh, the special edition one?
Yeah, the only one it's the 4K.
Hey, if you want the other ones, we can send them to you. So let me know.
I know.
Yeah.
I got to get on that. But yeah, this is on disc. And it's the only one they've got on 4K. So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
It's all about the 4K.
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Sacrifices.
Well, there's something about watching the original again, the unedited, the special edition, that is just like, it just sits right because that's how you saw it in theater. Or that's how you saw it. The special edition, if that's the first time you saw it, you probably feel the same way. But if that's not, I mean, there's certain things that they did in Empire that I do like in the special edition, like seeing the Wampa more and some of the other stuff that they did with that. But the original, the New Hope, no, leave it alone. I like it the way it is.
Leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One day we can dream they'll release the unedited version, but never going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, what are the words of the night, Scott? I put some words in there, and I put something else in there.
All right. Words of the night are art. Custom.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
If Marcel touches his hair, take a drink.
Does that include nose hairs?
Hey, any kind of hair.
Any hair.
Well, that's a double.
Yeah, so for those that are new to the channel and never seen us before, we have this game where we have words of the night. So if any of us say any of these things, you'll hear and if anybody in chat says it and we pick up on it, you'll hear the same thing. So just pick your drink of choice. It doesn't have to be booze. You could do water, but booze is preferred.
Or energy drink to make sure that you're hyper as hell at nighttime. That's the way to be.
So thanks for that, Scott.
Dude, Scott, does that energy drink affect your sleep?
No.
Like after the show, you just roll right out and crash?
I probably could. I used to drink coffee like 24/7. So I got used to that, especially when I had my cabinet shop. I'd still be drinking coffee at 9 o'clock at night. I never had a problem. That's not to say that it would affect me. Usually this is the latest I'll drink it. It's 6 o'clock here, 6:13. So this will take me till the end of the show, and then I'm done. So I usually don't go to bed till like midnight or after, so I'm usually fine. I don't have a problem.
Because I started to have to cut out coffee. Like I used to have 2 cups of coffee just a day, and now I only have 1. Because it just, if I have coffee after like 2, I'm up till like midnight. It's wild, man. It's getting old shit. Anyway.
Well, yeah, your body starts changing and everything starts changing. I mean, because I always do decaf coffee at night. I don't know why. I just do. It's my wind down thing. And there's still caffeine in there. So, but
is that a gummy C4?
No, this one, what I'm drinking.
Yeah,
this is a Ghost.
Okay,
love the Ghost, and it's Sour Patch.
Scott is loyal to the Ghost.
Yeah,
red berry. This is probably one of my favorites. C4s I liked, especially the Starburst flavors and things. But no sugar, none of that crap in there. Yeah. I just like it, but you got to take your time drinking them. Can't down these things. Otherwise, you wind up like Jeff going, whoa!
Yeah. I drank them too fast. I'm like, whoa, this is great. Yeah. To the moon.
To the moon.
Exactly. It's that rabbit heartbeat.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Jawa says he drinks beer all day. It doesn't seem to affect him at all.
Yeah. Read the chat real quick. So let's say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Daughter Dathomir. Damn, she's been here 7 hours.
D.O.D.
Wow.
She's dynamite.
Got Dan in the house. What's up, Dan?
Hey, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't know
Dan.
how I feel about the new bamboo update, but I don't think it's going to affect me much.
Where'd you see that at?
That was something he asked earlier.
Pats fan, what's up?
Hey, Ken.
We got Snoop Dogg in the house. If I can click on this thing.
Santino.
What the hell's going on? There it is.
You're a feisty little one.
It's Friday, baby. Spice Bitches.
It's the Spicy Channel.
We got Wookie Factory in the house.
Hey, Wookie Factory.
It's Will.
Is that Solo?
Solo Bones.
Yeah, Solo Bones. Yeah. What's up, Will?
Hey, Will.
Cowabunga, dude.
It's like, yo, aloha, Spice Runners.
Nice.
That's
Hold your
okay.
place. Hold your place.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh.
Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Shane.
Hey, thank you so much, Shane.
Brad, you got to do this when we.
Okay.
Donka Shane.
Whoa, not like that.
No, yeah, not
I
this.
saw J2SO catch it a little late though too. He's like,
There's something dirty about just holding your arms up and just your wrists moving back and forth.
Right?
What? I don't understand.
It's perfect.
I was combing my hair.
We got Buck Fuddy in the house.
I got that.
What's the difference between anime and manga? Seriously, I don't know. One's a book and one's animation.
Yeah.
Dang,
yeah.
Seven in the house.
Format.
Good one.
boom,
Yeah.
mic drop.
It's that easy. Okay, we're done. Thank you for watching. See you next week. We got Joe playing double duty.
Hey, Joel.
Evan said duty.
We got Sam P in the house. What's up, Sam P?
Hey, Sam.
Chime it.
Oh, we got our buddy Matt in the house. Rebel Scum.
Hey, man.
Rebel Scum Art and Apparel. Go check them out.
I almost wore that shirt tonight. But
Did you?
I went original.
Something for everybody on that site.
Mm-hmm.
We got Dewback over here with the cool kids. We got Flex. What's up, Flex?
Sexa Flexa.
What's up, man?
Wow, I just went Irish, didn't I? Or is it Scottish? Sexa Flexa. It's more Scottish.
It's
Blend.
Scottish. It's Scottish.
Gap After Dark. What's
Yeah.
up?
Hey,
What's up,
Cap.
man?
Spice up your life. That's a good one. I'm gonna have to use
Mhm.
that. Let's see. What are we doing tonight? Different format tonight. I'll discuss some MacGyver tonight.
I like it.
All right.
Richard Dean Anderson, MacGyver, not the remake.
It's collect.
Oh, just kidding.
Hey,
What's up?
Izzy.
Hey, is
It's
Runners of Spice.
Running the Spice. Let's see what he is. What else we got here? We got Jawa Story Collector.
Dude.
Jawa.
My spice is rolled.
My spice is
I think
cool.
he's usually comatose by the time the show's over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's blitz. We got Chris Ellie in the house. What's
Hey.
up?
Hey,
What's
Chris.
up, Chris? The most passionate Bears fan I've ever seen.
Yes. And they have a coach.
Congrats.
Yeah, Luis Jimenez in the house. Happy Friday, Spice Runners.
What's up, man?
Luis.
Hello.
What's up?
Let's see. Oh, we got Miles in the house. Kaz from MCAS.
Miles.
Guys.
Wow.
Hey, Miles.
I still got to hit you up about that turret. That Death Star gun turret. Turret.
Turret.
Yeah.
Turret.
Yep.
19 minutes in.
We always
Right
make it
off the
fun.
rails.
Yeah.
Those purple creatures on Sesame Street.
Mr. Joe.
Yep.
Sergio.
Up, Sergio.
What's up, Dapper?
What's up, Sergio?
Hello.
We got Rex in the house. What's up, Rex?
Rex.
Rex.
What's up, Rex?
Congrats on the affiliate deal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, dude. We'll have to remember that because we buy that stuff because
That's
of
where
you.
you get not buying on the street anymore, going legit.
No. Yeah, we go legit. We go direct. So when we buy the 10 packs, because it turns it $10 a roll.
I bet.
Nice. That's a good deal.
Wowie, dude.
Got Enzo in the house. What's up, Enzo?
Hey, Enzo. What's up, my
I
brother?
heard we're going to see Enzo in a couple weeks. Hopefully. MegaCon.
Hope so.
Yeah, and better play tickets.
I'm the only convention that announced good guests 2
Mechacon.
weeks before the fucking convention.
That's a great freaking song, by the way.
Hey.
Tony.
What's up, Tony? How you doing?
Hey, Tony.
I'm with you, Jay. They needs a couple ads in the last week or so here.
What's up, Dad Vader? How you doing?
Love that icon.
What's up, Dad Vader? Now I got Shaka Khan in my head. Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome.
I feel for you.
We got.
I think I love you.
Garwin, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, Gar.
Is this a new attendee? I haven't seen that Gar before.
Yeah, I haven't seen Gar.
Came over from Hyperdrive.
Okay. Party on, Gar. Party on, Gar.
Everybody Wing Chung tonight.
Party on, Wing. Party on, Gar.
He's like, this is my first and last
like
show.
that
I'll be attending. Prepare to be ridiculed by you, troglodytes.
Troglodytes.
OBP Kenobi, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Pete?
Hey, OBP.
We got Trent in the house. What's up, Trent?
Hey, Trent.
Hey,
Look forward to seeing you too, boss.
Trent.
Trent.
Oh, we got.
I can't stop laughing, do I?
Niner.
Hey,
Niner.
Janine.
What's up, Janine?
We got Rango in the house. What's up, Rango?
Hey, Wrangle.
Hey, Wrangle.
Rango.
Good evening.
Rex, I do use Elegoo.
And then we got Kevin Cool Collectibles.
Hey, Kevin.
Moving
to
to
Florida. Yeah.
Hey, Kevin.
It's like the joke's on me because I'm in Florida. Yeah, it's been cold, dude.
I went to work the other day. It was like 6:10, and it was like 39 degrees. I grew up in Central California, and I was like, this is some Central California bullshit.
It hasn't even been that cold here lately. I mean, it's been cold, but not like that.
Dude, there's snow like 4 hours north of here.
We didn't even get snow like that.
They're snowed out in Tallahassee. Our,
Holy
business
crap.
partners up there, they had a snow day. They had to close their branches.
Oh, how cool is that?
So you got a 1/4 inch of snow, or?
No, it was like it was a little over a foot.
You're down quick, man.
1/4 inch of snow. That's it. We're closing.
We're tripping over. That's it. Yeah.
Hey, Andy.
What's up, Andy? How you doing?
Hey,
What's up, Andy?
What's up, brother?
You got BJ in the house.
Hey, B.
Hey, BJ.
Hubs, what's up, Greg?
I'd rather have dogs.
They have Frenchies. They act like cats, so we're good with no cats here. Yeah, my cats are more like dogs, I guess. They have interesting personalities. The one's very talkative and will lead me to the kitchen to feed him shrimp. So.
I'm gonna get a shrimp. Monkey.
That's all he eats. That's all he eats is shrimp.
Shrimp and caviar.
Hey, Solo Boom.
Oh, there's
Hey,
Will.
Solo.
Yeah, you switched over to this one. That's funny. We knew who you were. Well, I knew at least.
That's like his burner profile. The other one.
The burner, yeah.
The business
Hey,
one.
Justin.
What's up, Justin?
Hey,
Justin.
Hey, he won trivia. He won trivia tonight on Brett's channel.
Oh, did he?
Oh,
wow.
Oh, shit. That was tonight.
Got Kenobi. What's up, Jose?
Hey.
Pretending, Joel. Jeez.
What's up, Jose?
I don't read the description.
Got Mark Mahoney.
There's that, yeah,
Mark-
there's that one part that
Mark.
Joel doesn't like. The word read. We
Yeah.
don't like read.
Reed.
We like pictures.
Yeah, I'm
Hey, Mark.
simple.
Hey, Mark.
No, you are not.
Let's see.
Very complicated.
Got X-Wing in the house. What's up, dude?
Hey,
What's
man.
up, X-Wing in it?
What's up, boss?
It's
up,
like yeah, Lucasfilm good. You got it. Right on. Thank you.
He said, "What's up, you spicy mother lovers?"
Instead of LFG, I always say Lucasfilm.
I'm old Greg.
It's like I think it's finally hitting me. It's actually Friday. I still feel like I'm in like
And that
Black
it's almost
Friday.
the end of January.
Yeah. Oh jeez.
You got Michael Barrett in the house.
Hey, Michael.
Michael.
Hey, Michael.
Another Frenchie owner.
Jason Emeroff. How you doing,
Wow,
Jason.
Jason, how you been?
Hey,
Good
Jason.
to
brother.
see ya. Yeah.
What's up, Jason?
Hardest working guy. You got Benjamin. What's up, Benjamin?
Hey, what's up, Ben?
Happy
Yeah, man.
belated birthday. I didn't
Yes,
get to say
happy
it on
belated
Facebook.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Benjamin.
No, shut your birthday.
You got Star Wars Jen. What's up, dude?
What's up? What's up, my peeps? A little late to the party. No, because it always takes us like 25 minutes to go through the chat. So
I'm going fast. Wild Child Master Jedi. What's up?
77. No, forget 77. What is up? How you doing?
What's up, dude?
Howdy, howdy.
Okay, almost at the bottom, I think. Every time I think I'm getting closer to the bottom, it keeps stacking up. Sharp. What's up, Sharp? How you doing?
What's up, Scott?
What's up?
Here's the other half of the BJ. What's up, Greg?
Hey, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Oh,
That
shit.
sounded
G-Force.
weird.
Whoa, G-Force.
What's up, G-Force? Good to see you, buddy. Let's see. Get in there. Get in there. I think I'm almost done. I think we said hi to Rob Zombie Hunter, but if we didn't,
Toy Bills just popped in.
Let's go back through it one more time.
Yeah, let's start
Yeah.
from the top.
Go again.
Zombie.
Hell no.
Zombie.
And let's see. I saw Skinny Fat in there. What's up, Skinny Fat?
Hey.
Good evening, runner.
Salud.
Salud. Salud. Back to you, buddy.
Billy just popped in. Toy Bills.
Oh, we don't talk to him.
Yeah, don't bring that name up there. Get it.
What's up, Billy? How you doing, dude?
Hey, Billy.
Now he'll never go away.
Brad will get this whenever I see Toy Bills. Billy, I always see the Midnight Express scene. Billy, where she's crying.
I go straight to was it Cable Guy when he's
Billy.
he blew up and he's Billy.
Well, that's what that's from. It's from Midnight Express.
Oh, is it really? Oh, I didn't
yeah,
see it.
it's a ripoff from that scene.
See, I'm a bad movie watcher.
I go to Gremlins.
You're not really up on your gay hustler lore. No.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there it goes again. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining.
No, Billy, we
Nice
surely-
talking about
we love
Brad. So let's talk to Brad. So Brad, tell us a little bit about yourself, favorite Star Wars movie, and what got you into collecting, and what got you into art. So start where.
Well, I'm born in '73, so I actually did see Star Wars, not in the theater, but in a drive-in, actually, up in Seattle. Originally from Seattle, live in LA. Started, obviously had all the toys and stuff growing up, and loved all the movies, even Jedi. And around, when my wife and I were dating in 2001, she bought me my first master replicas Darth Vader lightsaber, and I didn't even know that those were even.
How did she come to know about that? And I'm just curious.
I think my roommate, who was a bigger nerd than I was back then, told her that would be a good gift, and so she bought it for me. And actually, I have it, and I got it signed by George Lucas in person.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'll tell you that story. It's kind of neat.
So just happenstance you found a master replicas. You didn't know about it, but you got a master replica. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in '90, kind of forgot about Star Wars after G.I. Joe and everything. And then kind of in '94, when the re-release of the figures, '95 came out, then I started collecting all those, had tons and tons of those. Return the Jedi.
Ben's giving you shit because your hat tells us that episode 6 is actually your favorite.
No, it's just this was a 7, and so I removed the extra
So
one.
it's not 7, it's 6.
So I would actually, I would actually take this off, but then the V's off centered. But yeah, so then I started collecting all the '95 action figures up until probably the 2001 or so. It was I think it was around episode 2, and I had every single, like everyone else did. You just had the storage full of all those figures, and they didn't mean much to me, so I sold them all and started buying vintage carded figures back then. And so I have a pretty extensive, nothing like a Jeff Jacobs, but I don't know, I probably have a couple 150 carded figures.
But you also collect other things. You have a lot of stuff from the childhood. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a lot of stuff. I always say this is my garage that I converted into my kind of man cave, nerd cave. And I always say it's like the 80s threw up in here. So it's just everything, mostly late 70s or early to mid 80s. So I have a bunch of toys that are just things that I had as a kid.
Tron fan also.
Yeah, big Tron fan. And then, I like to create and build stuff. So I built my Han Carbonite.
Wow. Nice.
Nice.
And just a bunch of stuff. I don't know if anybody recognizes that ship. That's an 80s throwback.
Explorers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's a studio scale one that I built about 10 or 15 years ago. And obviously I like Raiders. And so I started collecting, thank you very much, Enzo. Started collecting movie props and just meeting people. And through that, I met people who have worked on Star Wars. I've met, like I said, many people from the original Star Wars, like George Lucas and
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And us.
I mean,
and you met us. How
Yeah,
amazing
yeah.
is that? How amazing
Yeah,
is
well,
that?
that's kind of like the cherry on top, 'cause no one else will listen to me.
Not after being on this show, certainly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just threw like, I always think it's very kind of fortunate. Like you kind of put it out in the ethos, and you kind of manifest things. Because I always wanted like a room. I grew up loving silver spoons.
Yeah.
I always wanted like an arcade game in my room, and just like the dad that never grew up. And I have 2 kids. My daughter's 17 and a half, and my son's coming up on 16.
I like how she still uses the half.
Yeah, she does. Yeah. Until she hits 18 and she can vote, then and get out of the house. But,
so you basically built your own fort, which is so cool.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Trent. Yeah, it's funny because you guys were going through the names. I know, basically I knew Trent, Janine, and I think there was one other.
Buck Fuddy?
Yeah, no, I don't know. If,
Buck Fuddy now.
Buck Fuddy. Yeah.
What's up, Brett?
Hey, Brett.
What's up, Brett?
Yeah,
Hey,
so
Brett.
it just I think maybe you guys can all attest, like maybe even Joel and stuff like that. Whoever you start making your things, and I've done the same thing similar. Like I'll make something, sell it, buy something, kind of through your own art, or what Marcel does. You kind of use your skills to advance your collections if you can. So,
and what came first? Was it art or was it building? Kind of happened simultaneously.
As a kid, I drew, but I've never sold my art, but I've sold. Really, what funded a lot of this was custom action figures that I would make, and I'm a big Back to the Future fan, so I made the first ever, like the part 2 newspaper, and for whatever reason I've been on the RPF for 20 some years, and I would just sell those for like $20 each, and then it cost me like 10 cents to print.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I mean, it just kind of right timing, right, right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But I've rarely spent any of my actual income on this stuff. It's just been either I make it or find a good deal. Like the Han and Carbonite, the front casting is a casting from the icons, but it was a full casting. The guy was selling it for like $200, and he was local. I went over and picked it up, and then built the rest of it. But
that's awesome.
But
is that the one that you have, Eben? The icons one? No,
I have rubies.
Rubies, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, this is like wood framed, and then fiberglass front, and
what makes it is just the way the light hits around the neck and chest area.
Yeah, it looks right. It looks correct.
That's right.
And he's actually floating. He's about a foot off the ground.
Oh wow!
As he should be.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But yeah, so it's just been kind of one of those, the journeys never ends, but I've always been admiring of you guys who only, like, for the most part, have Star Wars in your collection. It's one of those things, it's kind of within like toy action figure collecting. People will do focus things, and they'll have like a focus of just Luke's or Stormtroopers. And I've never been able to do that, but I always appreciate how people just have all just the same, like one particular focus. I think it's cool.
I think that's a newer thing though, because there's so much more product. Like back in the day, you couldn't do that. You could kind of spread the focus around, but now there's so much Batman or Terminator, like you can really have a good diversity in your collection
Of really high end stuff, if you wanted to, down to low end stuff, depending. Yeah.
But even the low end stuff has gotten so good and detailed. It's nice that there's something for everybody at every price point.
That's what's cool. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, like what Icons and Master Replicas really threw me and kind of thrust me into the collecting of, memorabilia. I have like a bunch of these things are like, Indiana Jones and Goonies and obviously Rocky and
Die Hard 3. You see Die Hard 3 up there.
Yeah.
Gap is asking, is that an Oscar in the background?
It is. It's not, I mean, it's a really nice replica, but it's a replica.
It's a Frank.
But it's heavy. It's about 10 pounds. I think the originals are like 13. He was on eBay. You can still get him on eBay, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, if anybody knows why it's by the Indiana Jones, I'd be very, very surprised if you can name why specifically it's by the Indiana Jones, but it has nothing to do with Indiana Jones winning an Oscar.
It's the fertility idol, but
No.
as a dude.
No, in the movie with Weird Al Yankovic, UHF.
Yeah.
He has the Oscar and he switches it in one of those montages. I thought it was funny, so I threw it up there with them.
That's awesome. I love UHF.
Yeah, it's a good film. But then that just leads me into like the art, what I've been doing lately. So,
yeah.
Oh, is that one of the words?
Sleep.
Yeah, no, I was getting a phone call and I was like debating, do I need to answer it or not? So.
That's great, man. So what from your collection, what's the favorite thing you have there behind you, or the stuff that you can see?
That stuff.
I mean, I like the
children.
Is it
All right.
something from Porky's that's not on screen? Or...
Yeah, I have a hole in the wall over here.
There you go.
There's a little mole on it.
No, honestly, I think my favorite things are my two lightsabers I have signed by Lucas.
Oh yeah.
So
tell that story, man. How'd you get
yeah,
that?
so I have I'm in real estate, so I have a client who's like a C-list actress, but she's had TV shows and stuff, and her web developer and I are huge Star Wars fans, and she knew it, and so she had this invitation for a night with you get to drink out the fire hose. A night with George Lucas at the Directors Guild. There's a Directors Guild or Writers Guild. I have it on the ticket. And she goes, here you can go, and he's just going to talk about his upcoming TV show. And it was back in 2006. No. 2006. And so I was like, all right. So I went and I just thought, maybe I should take a couple lightsabers and I put it in a backpack just in case, like I can catch him outside and, he's going to his car and have him sign it. And I brought a blue Sharpie and a silver Sharpie because of the Vader and I have the other is the A New Hope Luke saber. And so I'm sitting next to this my client's web developer. There you go. And he after the whole thing was done, it's about an hour and a half. They said, Mr. Lucas will, stick around and sign autographs. Wow. So he was up on the stage and with security around him, and we all kind of rushed up to him. Actually, only half the people rushed up to the other people were kind of like dumbfounded, not doing it. But I told the guy next to me, I'm like, hey, could you take this? I gave him the Vader one. I go, can you go and you go on this side of the stage? I'll go on this side and we'll see if we can get one signed. And I just so happened to got both of them signed.
Wow.
Yeah. So then I took the Luke one and got Mark Hamill on it. So it's Mark Hamill and Lucas.
Oh, wow.
And the other one has Dave Prowse on the, so like where his signature, where Lucas's is on the opposite side. I can grab them out of the case, but
there's
Can I just say the way it went down is much better than your original plan, which was to approach him in the parking lot as he walked to his car with a backpack slung over your.
Well, yeah, that was actually Plan C. Plan A was to kidnap him.
I was gonna say, could have gone either way.
Catch him in the bathroom. Hey, will you sign my leg?
Look over in the stall and say impressive, very impressive.
That's the moon.
Yeah. Although I don't know if if you guys have ever seen him in person, he's a tiny guy.
Yeah, he's short.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So the Lucas signature on that one is really thin, but it's still legible. So it's just it was like the blue Sharpie. So there you go. Yeah. And I was actually really impressed that he could sign so well on a curved surface like that. You know, I've never seen other lightsabers signed by him, but
no, that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. So those are probably my if I was going to run in and grab anything, you know.
Yeah.
And,
So there's a
those
pie.
were to my son.
That's awesome. It's a good story, man.
Yeah, it was cool. I was very happy.
So how do you want to run this down, man? Do you want to go through the artwork?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So I'll kind of give you just an intro. So, I said I did art, but I never painted anything. I was always like just a drawer, you know. The only thing I've ever painted other than these is during COVID, my daughter wanted to do an art project, so I had a deck of cards, and so we painted on the deck of cards, and I just had some acrylic paint and just I took the king card and painted the Lion King on it, and it came out well, but that was like 4 or 5 years ago. So just kind of, I've always loved Macquarie's art. And that's actually one of the only reasons I kind of like the Force Awakens is because it's very Macquarie-esque in certain things, the way they implement the like the stormtrooper with the shield and almost a lightsaber, but not really. So I'd always wanted to paint. Well, I've always wanted the Macquarie artwork, but I thought, well, maybe I'll just give it a go. And as Marcel said a few weeks ago, it was kind of like, fuck it, I'm just gonna try, and just what's the worst that's gonna happen? I'll just never post it, or I'll just throw it away and know that I can never do it. So it was one of those things. It was just one of those things. I just try it and let's go. And it's funny because I've learned a lot of things since this. I'll ask Marcel, what happens if I don't spray this with like if you do a pencil sketch on a canvas and you don't like seal it, but then you start painting over it.
You need to fix it.
Yeah. It just smeared. So I started painting. Yeah. I started painting it, and like this didn't go any, I mean, it literally just like wiped right off. So I didn't even get to use this at all.
The water portion of the acrylic just will smear the hell out of it.
Yeah, things you don't know when you're not an artist.
Right?
Yeah.
Do be like that.
Yeah. So even when that happened, I was like, okay, yeah, this is going to be bad. But I started with this, and I got the kind of the shading in the background pretty good. From the blues to their, what do you call it? Marcel, help me out. Like where you have a gradient. Sorry, the gradient from the background. And I was like, okay, it was kind of going well. I just kind of take photos and didn't post anything as I was doing it. I was going to wait till it was all done or mostly done and then post things, just in case it went to shit. So so it started with this, and then you can probably just kind of scroll to the next ones. There you go. So then I kind of hit the rocks, and I was like, oh crap, this is it. Yeah. Every step was like, okay, I'm done. This is going to kick my ass right now. Then went from this to doing, I think I did Luke and this land speeder and the droids on top. You can go to the next one.
So let me ask for you: is it kind of a peaceful, enjoyable process, or are you stressing out while you're doing it, thinking you're not getting it right because you're trying to emulate, Macquarie? You're not doing a copy, but you're referencing it, and you want to do something in the spirit of it. But is it stressful, or is it something that you find enjoyable?
Very, very enjoyable. So I just had headphones on and was listening to Star Wars themes, basically like Leia's theme and Yoda's theme, and even a couple from Mandalorian and stuff, and just kind of had it on repeat. So it was very relaxing for sure. But in the same vein, like you said, it's not exactly like Macquarie, and I was trying to do as close as I can, but then I was like, I kind of like that it's my version of it and that I'm doing it, so I mean, because anybody can go and you can get a high res version of this and have it printed on canvas and it'll look really nice, but this is mine. And so
I gotta give you props for that, because even if it was myself, I'd be trying to copy and I'd be stressing myself out and I'd probably never produce it.
Yeah.
So just the fact that you can enjoy it and say, I'm just going to make it mine, gets the work done. And that's pretty impressive.
Thank you. I kind of had to talk myself into that a little bit, because it was like, I really wanted to do as close as possible. Because I'd never really seen, like maybe you guys would do this, or Marcel maybe does this, go on YouTube and just type up, like, has anybody ever done something like this, or at least posted it, or, a version of it. And I couldn't find anybody that had ever done really a close Macquarie painting. I was like, that's just interesting, because I think they're just beautiful paintings. And they capture the scenes and stuff so well. So even like you can kind of see that the sun still bothers me because it's not as feathered on the edge, and there's like things that are just off. But I just, when it's sitting there in front of me or right behind me, because normally they're in my son's room, they're like they're mine, and I'm very proud of them. So
no, you should be.
Thank you.
Way to stick it through too, because I've been in those situations where it's an emotional roller coaster. Like you're your worst critic and you're going through and it's not looking like it until it gets done.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Or you spend hours thinking it's going the right direction, and you back off and look at it and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. 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 That's another thank you guys. And maybe you guys can appreciate this, is that, like you said, you kind of, if you step away from it and you come back and you really see it with fresh eyes, you're like, you're like, ah, crap, I need to fix this. This is completely wrong. Or you're like, oh, heck yeah. Like I'm killing it.
I'm vibing.
Yeah. Or I mean, Joel, maybe you have the same thing when you're creating like your figures and stuff like that. I don't know if you kind of, you set them up like in a place where you're going to see them all the time, even when you're not working on them. So you can just kind of, it's just there. And that's kind of how I did this. This is on my kitchen table. And so I would just put it behind there. And my kids were, and my wife were always like, oh my God, Dad. And, you guys are just killing it. And I was like, that was really inspiring, and
yes, it keeps your motor going. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I was going to tell you, Brad. I was going to tell you, Brad, that the sun was bothering me a little bit with the feathering.
One second. I got to unfriend Jeff real quick.
Oh man, it looks awesome, dude. That's crazy.
So thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I'm impressed.
Well, and I think the hardest part was, those are all acrylics, and that was like the little, mixing tray. So what I would do is especially at the beginning, I would wrap that with cellophane, because it would be a week or two, or a week and a half in between paintings. So I would try to keep them, somewhat moist, or like that I can come back and reuse them. Sometimes it would work, and sometimes I would just have to scrape it off and start from scratch again. But I got pretty good at color matching coming back.
Nice.
Yeah. I think you can skip to the next one. It'll show me like a little bit of. So that's the finished one. And what I loved about like doing that, and like the C-3PO and R2 were just I think that one of the hardest things is when you're a painter or drawing is not interpreting what you think it's going to look like, but what it is. And so, 3PO is just some small lines of gold and brown and, oranges, and then like highlights here and there. And just by doing those little shapes, it looks, your brain fills it in. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like, that was kind of like one of my favorite things. And I kind of started with Luke there. I was just like, this is going to look like crap, but I was like, oh, it's actually looking pretty good. And it's just little dots of color, but when it comes together, it fits it in. So
I love that speeder with the doors and the wings.
Yeah. That'd be cool for somebody to do as a custom, like have it.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I'm like, when you were talking about like where, you go out and search for things. Has anybody ever done that or whatever? I'm like, looking at that, I was like, man, I don't think anybody's done that with the doors and the wings in the back.
Somebody did like a 1/6 scale speeder that looked like it was off the showroom floor, and it had like a little like car sticker tag of like all the, like when you go and have the stickers on the window of like what the amenities are on the or the options on the car. And someone had made that. I think it was for Wonderfest one time. It looked really cool. It had the full bubble on it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Joel.
Yeah, Joel. Yeah. You can call. I'm sure Jason Eaton can get you a.
Joel's already looking for the print.
I would probably scratch build that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Looks cool.
Yeah. So when I was done with this, I was like, oh, I kind of got the bug. I was like, I want to paint something else, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna try another Macquarie, I'll obviously do one from Empire. And if I'm going to do one from Empire, then I just had to kind of look through the, his set of what he did. And I've always loved the one with the AT-AT with the smoke and the speeder bike or speeder.
That's a great
going
one.
by. So I think that's the next. That's where I started with on the next. Oh yeah, so that's actually that's a comparison with his original and mine on bottom.
That's awesome.
Boy,
that's awesome.
You got to be proud of that.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't know the size of the original, but I have to imagine they're pretty good size for the detail he was able to get in there. These are 8x16, so they're not all that big. They're only that big.
That's cool though.
Thanks. Yeah. So there you go. So that's again, like what Marcel said, staring at a blank canvas, and it's daring you. It's yeah. So
that's about what I would be able to paint right there.
It's just a ground shot of Hoth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So there at this point, like mentioning, like I was sitting there going, okay, this is not going to end well. I didn't understand the layers of the things of the smoke and the fire, and I couldn't paint a straight line to save my life. And I was trying to get the proportions down. I honestly, I was gonna give up. Between this and probably the next photo is probably a good month or so that I was just like, I think this one might be done. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get back into it and really start to work on it and see if I can, I just figured it's not going to be that good, but then I kind of hit my stride and started getting into it. So,
this I see, and I'm like, oh, I need to get advice from him on the fire and how he did that. It's like, you did good, in my opinion.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was just a lot of layers, going from light to and a lot of it was again just. So that's when I kind of started to get an idea of like how I could, do the fire. It was really just like that gradient of the yellows and the oranges and the reds, and how it the placement of like the, of how the puffs of it are formed. And
that's fantastic.
Thanks. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that AT-AT was a beast to do. It's obviously still not 100%, but it was every single. I'd say like if every like the under part of the chin was like a 2-day painting session. The side of it was another day. So just getting the AT-AT, if I was painting for say 2 or 3 hours at night, that probably took 2 weeks just to do the AT-AT if I did it every day.
That's awesome.
I love that you call it an AT-AT.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm back.
Sorry. Yeah. But again,
Brad, your stuff absolutely beautiful. I mean, I love the land, with the land speeders up at the top of the cliff and looking over. Yeah. That just looks amazing.
Thank you.
So
yeah,
cool.
and you can I can sit here and pick it apart like that. The leg doesn't really. It doesn't work as well as Macquarie's does. The front leg, it's a little wonky, but
stop it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
stop it. 'Cause I do the same thing. All of us do the same thing.
Yep.
You know, you show it to somebody and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing." You're like, "Yeah, but this little
however."
part right here and that, and it's like you got to stop doing that. You know?
Yeah, let me piss on it for you. Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Don't do that.
I had an old house builder tell me one time he knows every mistake there is in a house.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah.
You're your worst critic.
That's exactly right. But,
I mean, this looks
Say,
fantastic.
no, serious, Brad. Like, what leg are you talking about? Because, like,
yeah, I honestly just the front one going forward. The perception is not correct. Like
the perspective you're talking. It's very slight
yeah.
though, but it's the joint in the upper.
yeah, I was just curious what you saw as
But
not
again,
perfect or
That looks awesome.
again, it's you're emulating. You're not copying.
exactly.
You're
I
trying to
guarantee you, if you were to show the Macquarie one to your wife, give it to her 5 minutes, take it away, and then bring in yours and put it down and say, "Okay, now tell me what's the difference."
Yeah, you're
she
right.
wouldn't say, "Oh, the front leg is a little off." It would be, if anything, "Oh, this one's a little bit more colorful." She'd probably pick up on something like that. But other than that, they're pretty damn spot on.
She'd probably call it an AT-AT.
Awesome.
You guys would be in a fight, and that'd be the end of it.
yeah.
Exactly.
You do need to put little Brads in here somewhere.
She called it an all-terrain transport. What was it called? All-terrain armored transport.
Trooper transport. Yeah, something like that.
All-terrain
That would
armored
be an
transport.
It's amazing, and it's yours. It's got you to it, so it's good that it's a little different.
It's not, Dan. I know exactly what you're talking about. It seemed like there was a leg missing. It's not. If you look at it for a second, all of a sudden you'd be like, "Oh, there it is. It's right there."
Yeah, and that's another thing is like I can see like how it should have, that angle of that other leg frontward should have come down a little bit more, but I'm not gonna. I actually thought about I might repaint this on a bigger scale for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I would be damn proud of it if I did that. I'd be like, "Check out what I did.
Dude,
Check this out." Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can't see it. No, it looks like
no, Robert.
You just sharpen the photo above, like you have a sharper, which I like. I like that Macquarie's is soft, but I like your sharpness to it. Makes all the detail pop a bit more.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean the one thing I'm probably the most proud of is the under chin of the AT-AT. Is that it just the color variations of just grays show, it's not it's in the shadow, but it's not super dark. That it actually has it's obviously being reflected from the snow, and that's probably one of my most proud things of this one.
Now you can take the Macquarie ideals and make your own with like a tauntaun Luke looking through the mag. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seeing this, I mean, you could make it really cool.
Yeah, totally.
You're at that level.
So then once I had this one done, I was like, okay, I have to have a trilogy because it just makes sense, right? So then I was like, okay, now I'm onto this one. I already had the confidence coming from those last two. The AT-AT, one really just kicked my ass. I'm like, okay, this one, I as soon as I saw it, I'm like, okay, I know I can do the trees. I know I can do the background speeder bikes. I know I can do the ground. Can I do Luke and get the perspective correct? And so started with the trees, and again, everything's a learning process of trying to get that transparency through that blue smoke, behind him is with acrylics is really difficult that I found. So I was just kind of like just trying to figure it out as I went. And even like the speed lines, that was easy. Once I got to that step, I was like, oh, that's all it is just, just streaks of keeping them straight and making sure they go all into the same perspective. But yeah, so again, this was one that I started and then waited for a good week or two, then went back, and I was kind of getting a little burnt out of doing them, but I needed to finish. And it's still not done yet. You'll see at the end, but I'm like 90% there. So I just try to get the correct shades in the back, and you can see on the left side where I was trying to start to work with how that mist is going to play out, and then the foliage with it. Yeah, thank you, Rosa. It does take time.
You know,
Thank
it's
you,
smart
Evan.
too. I don't
We
know
should-
if it was
we should
intentional
custom
or
art.
not, but just to pick that size canvas, not to go big. Like a lot of people starting out want to go really big, but it tends to help to have a smaller space to really work out the composition and not try.
Are you trying to
fill
say
in all the
size
space.
doesn't matter or size does?
In this case, it doesn't. No,
Not.
no, size matters not.
Yeah.
That's how you work the brush. I mean,
That's right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
The
don't
stroke.
judge
It's
me
about
by-
the strokes, the brush stroke.
yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, so that's kind of this step, and then next was getting starting to really start to fill it, and then each step I always kind of like, okay, I think I know how to do the ground. Can I get it kind of feeling the right, how it's showing the speed, and then you can see I started putting in then like the little speed lines on top just to see if like how it plays out. And once I kind of had that, then you kind of go on to the next step, which was so you can even see like, or I went really heavy on the paint on the trees, and so like you can see like like that's my criticism. I see that the lines of the trees coming through the canvas, but
no, that's one of what they call a happy accident, man. To get that kind of texture, that's actually fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
yeah.
Are you
So that's
mixing and applying directly on the canvas, or are you doing it over on the side to see if it's got the color tone that you want?
Yeah, doing it on the side. Bigger the brush. Yeah. Doing it on the side and then painting on, seeing, basically seeing it how it is on the canvas, adjusting it if I need to. But I gotta say the one thing I think I'm really good at is color, like getting the color values down.
No, you are. Absolutely.
Yeah. You're hitting the color tone, and that's a tough one for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's extremely tough. And the fact that you've got the tone that kind of matches the saturation level that Macquarie had, like you're not going overly bright or overly muddy and dark. You're in the same kind of value space. That's pretty cool.
That's really
Thank
cool.
you. Yeah. So we'll see how this plays out. I think I've got a little bit farther than this, maybe not. But so I think my plan now is, because the front is just it's just the fins. I'm going to do that kind of last. I think I'm going to do Luke, just work on Luke. Obviously I have to do like his right foot or his left foot and the little details, but I'm a few days away from finishing it. So,
but it's looking like it's coming along great, man. I mean, seriously.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And you can see everybody's here is like, wow, color. Yeah, I think you got everybody going, wow.
Well, thank you guys. I mean, honestly, and I really appreciate everybody in the chat. And again, I say it's Marcel's fault because of when he hit me up, I don't know, a couple months ago, and he's, hey, do you mind if I share your stuff? And I was like, oh my God, please. I mean, Marcel's work is out of this world, and to have someone of his caliber just like, be interested in it. And then what he said on the Spice Runners Lounge, and honestly, I played it for my wife and my kids. I was like, look at, Marcel and I, we only know each other online. And I'm like, and I even showed them, like, first off, I'm tell my wife, I'm like, babe, look at this artist's work. And it's all pointillism. It's all, stippling and like, and then he was impressed with my art and what he said about me, and that inspired him. And it's like, it just really hit me really, hard or good in a good way. That was just like, wow. And so I've replayed that clip of the Spice Runners. I don't know, probably 10 times just to like hear it and like, wow. It's like,
so you've been boosting Evan's analytics. He
thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it really was.
No, and I mean, you key off something we talked about with Marcel before, which is really the best artists encourage one another. They don't compete with one another.
Nope.
It's not a zero-sum game. You guys have a completely different focus and rendering style and different purpose. And it's just nice to be. Marcel and I will talk on the side, and he encourages me, and I look at his stuff, and I'm amazed. And it's like, it can be relative to each other's, passion and talent. It doesn't have to be a competition for one-upping each other. And the fact that it's around our shared love for Star Wars, that makes it even cooler.
Yeah,
absolutely. But the thing is too, is that people that are confident or good with their work will share constructive criticism or comment on, oh wow, I really like the way you did the explosion there, or whatever it is. The ones that are criticizing it, what the hell is this? Those are the people that wish they could do what you could do, that are jealous or whatever, and it's like you have to ignore them. And it's hard because some of the stuff you take personally, and those kinds of jerks don't realize how it can get into your psyche and screw you up, and stop you, or you're like, I'm not doing this anymore, or anything like that. And that's a shame because we need more people like this. You're a great story here, Brad, as far as not, I've been doing painting since I was 3 years old. It's all of a sudden like, hey, I just want to start doing this, and holy crap, amazing.
Yeah. This is literally my first painting. Like I said, other than that little card that I did. And yeah, but it really just I want to paint everything now. So I'm like, my wife's like, you can take you don't have to paint everything you want. But I'm like, now she wants me to paint the house. So
yeah, that's different. That's different.
Hey, if you could put that on the side of the house, I'll do it tomorrow.
Just tell her you want to paint something from Hugh Hefner or something like that. See how she does.
There you go. Yeah.
She's like, put your Star Wars music. Go on outside.
Yep.
Do some work out there.
Well, that then leads into this is because, all right, so my she's Italian. She's a huge Rocky fan. And like I said, everything in here is like the 80s through up. So she watches Rocky all the time. And, awesome. And I've always loved that the painting at the end. Yeah. Sorry, Kaz. Yeah.
Nice.
So after, after Marcel said what he did, and he's just like, it's just daring you to just say, just fuck it and try it. And so her birthday's on December 21st. And I was like, we don't get each other gifts. We never have gotten each other Christmas gifts. And I was like, I want to do that painting from Rocky 3. And so I went out and I started looking for, first off, high res photos of that painting. The original are almost non-existent. I guess it's in the Chicago art
museum.
I don't know what it's called, the art museum of Chicago. But there are no good high res photos of it. And the ones you see that are just like it's like a adaptation of it. So I found one that was pretty good. It was high enough resolution where I could zoom in and see a lot of the detail. But again, I looked for the canvas and I didn't want to spend, hundreds of dollars on a custom canvas. I just needed the proportions somewhat right. So this is a 28 by 48 canvas. It's right behind me. And so it was pretty, I took the photo or the image that I had of the original and just kind of put it into Photoshop and kind of figured out if this was 48 inches, how tall would it be? And it's pretty close. I think it would be like 30 by 48 if it was the original. And I think the original is like twice this size. But so I started out again, doing the pencil sketch just to kind of get placement of it. And that's why I didn't really do the rest. I figured if I can get Rocky down, I'll just go almost like paint by numbers. Okay. I'll get his face right. Then I'll get the arm right. Then I'll get the placement of everything from that. So on the next one, I think you'll see, I started in the top left corner and just started getting, the colors blocked in. So till I could figure out, is it correct? Is it not? And what I would do I worked on this pretty much every day, about 2 or 3 hours a night out here. And I didn't tell my wife I was doing it for her. So I was out here, locked the door. She would come out a couple of times. I'm like, hold on a second. It's like, I'm combing my hair, and so she was really she's like, what are you doing out here? And I'm like, okay, I'm just making something for you for your birthday. And that's it. Just want you to, know. And she says she didn't peek, and I believe her because of how she reacted when I gave it to her. But what I would do is I would take a photo of it, stand back 6 or 8 feet, take a photo of it every night and compare it to the original because I wanted it as accurate as I could. If you go on YouTube and you look up, Leroy Neiman, Rocky painting, there's a few people that have done them in their interpretation of it, and no one has ever made it like super accurate. And I wanted to just try to see if I could. And so every time I would just like compare it and like, 50% of it I got right the first time, and 50% I have to go back and repaint and reblock it and just change it. So that's the final one. And what I did is that on the bottom where it says home team, on the original, that's his signature in that kind of that font, or his way he would sign it. So it's a Leroy Neiman in that. So in Rocky, I think it's Rocky 5, he says it's home team, it's us against the world. And so my wife and I have always said that to each other. Like when my daughter was born, she was almost life flighted out to get heart surgery, ended up not having to need it, but it was like she was just taken from us. And that moment we just kind of looked at each other and it's like it's home team, it's us against the world. So I didn't want to have his signature. I wanted something more meaningful. So
badass.
It's amazing.
Looks great, man.
So when I presented it to her, she's like, well, where are we going to put it? And I'm like, wherever you want. Do you want to put it in your office? Do you want? And she's like, no, we actually had a huge like painting where this is now in our living room. And she goes, I'm going to take that down and I want to put it up in our living room. So, so other than it being right behind me now, it's typically up in our living room.
Nice.
I think I don't know if yeah. So you can see, like, I really wanted to make it very textured too. So I was doing really thick paint, I went through every single tube of paint that I had. And then from afar, it just looks like patches of paint, but the image that I had, I was able to zoom in and see that there's so much variance of color in just a green and a red and a pink and it was obviously just Leroy Neiman just taking his palette knife, and because I think he painted mostly with palette knife and then he would do a little bit of brushwork, but then it just the way he would smear it was unintentional for him, but I just wanted to do everything. So I would zoom into the green, part, and I would see that it's light and it's dark and it's different shades. So I tried to get it as close as possible. It's pretty darn close.
It's phenomenal.
Thank you. I don't know if I included so you can see like there's purples in the orange, there's greens in the orange, and that's actually how it is on the original. So
nicely done, man.
Thank you. Well, so there's the original on top and mine on bottom.
Ooh,
look at that.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
It's pretty damn good, man.
Damn, I can't even tell the difference, really.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I like
insane.
a lot better. Yeah.
Well, I would send these to Marcel, the progress things, and I felt so bad. I kept on feeling like, he's like, I know you'd never be this way, but I mean, he's probably was like, I got shit going on in my life. I got, it's like, it looks good. Awesome. Neat. Stop sending me these. But I was just like, there was a certain point where I just felt like I'm confident in it. It's going, and I was more stressed of like, could I get it done before her birthday? Because
it's amazing you pulled it off before her birthday, bro.
I finished it the morning of her birthday. So I was gonna put it off and give it to her for Christmas, but we went out and we actually went to an art festival in Orange County, and then came home and we were there. I was like, okay, I think I need to give it to her today, because she was like looking at all the art and having a great time, and I was like, I think I need to give it to her. So so we got home and we actually blindfolded her and I brought it out, and my sister-in-law was right there, and she's a huge Rocky fan too. So I kind of came out and I turned it around and she actually gasped, like an audible gasp. And I was like, oh, all right, well, I guess she likes it. This is my wife does, and she did. So,
It's nice, dude. So from start to finish, how long did it take you to make this one?
Month and a half.
Month and a half. Nice.
Yeah. And this was a lot more time per day than I would do on the Macquarie's. Just because I had a timeline that I need to get it done. So, but yeah, it's I like it. So
it's fantastic.
Thank you. I know it's not Star Wars, but it's 70s.
Right, dude.
It's the first thing I zeroed in on.
Yeah.
when you came up.
So yeah, but honestly, I have to just attribute a lot of it to Marcel's like kind words and inspirational. Like it really meant a lot to me. I sent him a personal PM, and just told him like how much it meant to me. So yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do anything.
Well, I mean,
I was just praying that you got it done on time.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Marcel,
I like the story. I like this. Sorry, go ahead, Joel.
I was just saying, I think he probably did more than he thinks.
Yeah, I agree.
I like the personal story, Brad, and like that takes a lot to share it with the community too. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Well, I mean, I guess that's the meaning of why I wanted to come on is that, whether it's a prop that you like, I didn't know anything about, fiberglass and woodworking but I knew I wanted to make a Han Solo, and I got this thing. So it kind of transcends through everything of just what's the worst that's going to happen is you're going to fail. Right. And typically you're not going to the extent you think you will. You'll learn, and then you'll be able to do more. And that's what I think that's the best thing about, and even, what I'm sure Lucas went through when he was, writing and filming Star Wars. He's probably like, this is going to flop. It's going to be the worst thing that's ever going to happen, but he knew he had to do it. I think that's one of the things, if anybody can take it away, is just go out and try, because why not?
Yep.
Because, if a moron like me can do it, then,
Don't be afraid to cut Grogu up. You can always fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jason.
You can always fix it. You want to swap over to some of your collectibles?
Do you have, I mean,
just some stuff on Instagram here.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Phil.
So just tell me when to stop, or what any of these pictures you'd like to talk about.
I mean, well, so that's Gordon Tarpley in the 3PO suit. So I've been on the RPF for years, and I started doing the replica prop forum parties every year, and so I would throw, and we would invite people who work in the industry, and this is at my buddy Frank Ippolito's shop, who he is most notably from Star Wars. He is the Mon Calamari dock worker from Mandalorian.
Oh, nice.
So he actually played that character, and then he had the mask and
the sweater.
And the sweater. So I know exactly the right sweater to do, but but yeah. So he's a good friend of mine. So we would throw the party at his house or at his shop. So anyways, that's actually Mike Senna's R2D2, who works on Star Wars, and then Gordon Tarpley is 3PO. Yeah,
dude, so awesome.
Thanks. Yeah. And then I'm a big Back to the Future fan. So those are just replica Nike mags. I had an original pair of the 2011s, but I sold them. And so these are just really good replicas. But
it looks so good.
Yeah. They're pretty comfy actually too.
You have a bunch of them over here. Are these all yours, or?
Yeah, because they were like, I found this guy over in China, and he was like selling for like $200, and so I'd sold my pair of Nike mags for $6,500 when I saw that these came out. So I took a portion of that and just bought a bunch of pairs, and then put the rest of the money in the bank.
That's awesome.
Yeah, those are the self-lacing ones.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The only thing is, like, I mean, they're from China, so the self-lacing ones end up breaking, and they're just kind of, the electronics are crap in them. So, But
just got to use them once in a while.
oh yeah, there's the
that right there. I like.
Which one, Joe? This one?
The one in the middle, yeah. That's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, so that's the
Explorers.
Explorers, yeah. They call it the Jules Verne. Or no, the Thunder Road. Sorry. So
that's such a cool movie.
Yeah, it's a 80s nostalgia, Goonies-esque, you know. Directed by Joe Dante, who did Gremlins and
The Howling.
J2SO needs to go see that now. So since he likes Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
I like Explorers then.
Yeah, go see Explorers.
Oh yeah, Explorers.
I love Gremlins, so if it's that same dude, then hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, you'll love this. I mean, I'm not joking around. You'll love that movie.
Yeah, he did the Howling. He did the original Howling. Joe Dante.
Oh wow, okay.
Oh yeah, he did Howling, not Halloween. Yeah, Howling.
No, Howling. Yeah, the Howling.
Yeah, the Howling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was my first time ever putting lights in anything. So, and that trash can is actually, it's a salesman sample. I was like, I didn't know how to make a good metal trash can, and it's actually I don't know, it's about 6 inches tall or so. And it's a salesman sample. I found it on eBay for like $30. I'm like, well, if I start there, I can kind of scale the TV screen off of that. So then it just I just kind of worked from one thing to the next and yeah.
How did you make the TV screen?
Styrene. Yeah, it's just styrene, and then the actual screen just heated up some clear plastic and just push it down. I didn't even have a vac form. I still don't, but like I just kind of made a buck and then pushed it down onto it, and it's convex, so it's, and even like the washing machine doors have glass or plexi in them that are concaved on those.
Very good.
Pretty impressive, man.
Thank you. Yeah, even like the suitcase thing has pleather. It's it's like a pleather on top.
Wow.
Yeah.
All scratch built.
Yeah, all scratch built.
It's pretty cool. I can see the kids closing that hatch on the top again. So
yeah, totally right.
You've even got the little shuttle on the front of the can.
Yeah.
The green moss on the lid of the trash can.
That's a epoxy sculpt. Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
So then Stormtrooper, that's just ABS. My son actually put it on for the first time, so it fits him now.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, so that's a Hasbro toy that I just converted. I did that's a Hasbro toy. So
TikTok video.
Yeah, I think so. That was my old bike. That's in front of the Flynn's. That's in front of Flynn's from Tron. Mm-hmm. So that back building where they used, that's actually where they used for Flynn's arcade in Tron. And so I sold that bike, but my license plate was K Flynn.
Nice. Is that in Culver City? Like where's that located?
Yeah, it's on Culver. Yeah, it's Culver City. Yeah, still there. It's a sushi place.
Oh, no way. That's awesome.
Yeah, and so if you see that the sign that says Akasha, just to the left of that is like an awning, and on it says Flynn's in the correct font. I guess upstairs is a computer development or a computer programming company.
That's fitting.
And so they actually put that on the awning. I think that's kind of cool.
That's really cool. So they changed the name from Flynn's to Fish.
Yeah,
basically.
Nice. Yeah.
Tron stuff. Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's Steven Lisberger, the writer and director of Tron.
Like the original disc. Yeah, I printed some stuff. Like I've got the replicator there and a couple of light cycles.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. On the back of that disc is a lot of the crew. They had when Legacy came out, I think it was just before or after Legacy. I think it was after Legacy. They had like I think it was like the 30th anniversary up here in Hollywood. And so they had their crew, and Steven Lisberger came there, and he actually handed me that card because he won't sign anything in person for some reason. I wanted him to sign the disc and he wouldn't. He goes, I'm not going to sign anything in person, but here, you can have this card. I'm like, okay. But on the back of that disc is a bunch of just like FX people who worked on it. And I think some of them actually cross over to Star Wars as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was cutting edge at the time with what they did. It was amazing.
Yeah. It was Disney, so.
Well, it was a big step up. Like the Black Hole is its own thing, and then you get Tron a couple years later, and totally different. I think Tron was a little better, but
Oh yeah, it's more adventure based. Black Hole is one of those you rewatch, and you're, especially as a kid, you're like,
you're still trying to figure out what was the ending about? What did that mean?
The guy's
what?
Yeah, he's stuck inside Maximilian. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Man?
And you're like, Maximilian Shell has a counterpart named Maximilian. Wait a minute, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You just call me Dad.
Daddy.
Oh yeah, so I made that out of those are like paper mache letters from like you can see it behind me. Actually, one of them is kind of falling off the end. I have to fix, but it's paper mache letters, and I just cut slits in it and threaded LED lights through it and made a frame out of PVC pipe. And so I kind of wanted it that curved, like on the original.
I think you need to get into 3D printing, because with doing stuff like this plus 3D printing, dude, your shit will go to the next level.
I have a Elegoo over here resin. So I do 3D printing, but nothing. I need to get a bigger one. This is at the
Brad said doo. Go ahead.
This is the first like Elegoo. So
yeah.
You need a new fire detector.
Fire detector.
That was actually my old. This is actually it was in my daughter's room now, but
it's just a prop that he built. It's not real functioning.
Yeah. Don't you guys know what that's from? Don't you guys know what the missing fire detector is from?
Right. Home Alone. Duh.
Yeah.
So it's a Pac-Man game with Tron playing on it.
It's an emulator, so it has like 470 games on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to play Tron because you don't have the
correct joystick.
Like Space Invaders. It's got the trackball.
I gotta say, there's something about the Tron game with that light up joystick that just brings me back.
I had an original cabinet back just before my wife and I got married, and that thing, the only reason I sold it, and it was in perfect condition. I bought it for like $500, sold it for like $650, and this is back in 2004. And the only reason I sold it was it weighed like 1,000 pounds. It literally was like the heaviest thing, because it was just there's nothing in it either. It's just the monitor, the frame, and then like the PCB board is nothing. But
it's like cathode ray tube, right? So that's
the
back end guts,
yeah.
The big
Brad, you guys are talking about like art and stuff. Like I used to collect because I didn't have the room at the time. I used to collect the marquees, the original marquees from all the arcade games.
Yeah,
cool. That's awesome.
Because the art on the top of all those arcade games, those vintage arcades, is really cool. So
it's iconic too. Yeah,
it is.
Well,
and
some
of them are just rare.
It's a flashback. It brings you back. You see Dragon Slayer or something. Is that it? You're like, that's the first time you ever saw that game, or Tron. Or
Dragon Slayer.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Missile Command.
It was like Burger Time. Yeah, Burger Time, Centipede.
Yeah,
right?
I love
Dig Dug. Love
Tetris.
Dig Dug.
So this is 3D print. This is like the first 3D print that I did from Dragon Slayer.
Where are you? There you are. Hold on.
Oh, fantastic!
Oh, yeah,
nice.
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. So and then I just bought this wood base from Michaels and just scored it like it's like on that platform he's going through. But
You can hear the sound.
Yeah.
And then it'd go game over, and you're like, shit, another 50 cents, please.
Yeah,
dude, that thing was expensive.
It was,
Well, what's funny is that you'd make a move and it goes, and then it goes, da, da, da.
Yeah.
And then you got to wait, and then it comes back, and then something happens. You go,
I never
crap,
knew when the
and then
game
it's
was
game
actually
over.
in play because there was animation and you didn't know when there was game time. And
Yeah.
you switch back and forth, and you die. And
I thought it was so cool.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, you got the whole thing here. Jeez.
Yeah. Those are the remake Tron figures from NECA.
Yeah, but still looking at them bring me back because I remember having them. And the light cycle back then had that heavy wheel like the Evil Knievel, where you had to pull the thing, and then he'd stick it in your sister's hair and go like all pissed, and you're like,
the little ripcord that went with it, the little toothed ripcord.
Yeah,
got your indie figures, nice.
Yeah, and so some of those are custom indie figures. I would think, they're
Wait, did you have that? Did you have laser? Did you have a laser tag manual behind them?
Yeah, I have a laser tag. I actually have a full set of laser tag. Like the vests and the gear and
no photon.
They were
expensive
back then. I wanted one
I
so
loved
bad.
that thing.
I think my parents got me like a cheap copy of it or something.
Dude, you know,
I had that vest, and then you stuck the thing on the
and the helmet with the little thing on the head.
I have that all up here on the top of my.
That's cool.
Like
I love that thing.
But you can, I mean, they have like new old stock from they made so many of them that you can go on eBay and for like $50 you get ones that are brand new in the box.
Really?
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah.
I remember setting that thing up all the way across the room and like try and shoot at it from all the way across the room. Oh man, that was awesome.
I thought the coolest thing is like when you pull the trigger, it had the red dot in the scope. They actually made a red dot scope. That's kind of cool.
It's like Terminator
Justin
style.
says he's got a working laser tag pistol and target and box and instructions. Wow.
There you go.
That's impressive.
That's cool. Yeah. So some of those indie figures in the front are customs that I made. But
wow.
Damn, dude. Which ones are customs?
The front four.
Wow.
Do you have a mirror with the medallion like oversized in the front?
Yeah, so like it was like a.
That's Flavor Flav. That's when
Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of did it because I figured that's what Kenner would have done back in the day.
Yeah, right. They would have. They can print something tiny.
Yeah, because even like the Kenner map room with Indy, like the medallion that sits on top is about the same size as that. So I was like, they probably.
I love the fact though. And I never thought there would be an appetite for the low fidelity figures from the '80s, but it's like it's this huge cottage industry now where like Super 7 and Reaction are doing all these figures that are like no definition or articulation. It's just replicas of the old stuff.
It's because it brings people back because they remember it. I mean, looking at those Tron figures for me, I remember getting them and how cool they were because they were like translucent.
The arms moved up and down, and that was about it.
Well, who was it? Is it NECA? There's a company that's doing their little figures.
Super 7 does a bunch.
They're 6-inch figures, but they're wearing the old costumes that we used to wear, the vinyl ones with the mask.
Ben Cooper masks. And
yes,
stuff.
the Ben Cooper, and they're doing. I think there's a set that's like Batman and Wonder Woman and whatever, and it's like just looking at that, it's like, oh my gosh,
the costume that never survived past like an hour and a half.
Well, I have a Ben Cooper Spider-Man and Stormtrooper that I had as a I have them up there on the. I probably have photos of them in the Instagram, but it's like those things you put them on and you start sweating instantly as a kid.
Yeah, but they wouldn't make it because they start tearing in no time because they're vinyl. I had a Batman. I had that exact Batman costume, but in cloth. My mom found it in cloth. Yeah. So I used to come home from preschool and I'd put that thing on and
Mezco does them.
Mezco?
Mezco, okay, yeah. So that's my old office, which is now my daughter's bedroom.
That's nice. That's really nice.
Got the DeLorean in there. You got the father sword from Conan in the back?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it's over here.
Not it. You said Conan.
That's right, man. There's a running joke in my household that every time my wife goes to wash her face or take a shower, she comes back out and Conan's on the TV. It's true. That's what makes it funny.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Well, even that lamp is from Tron. That's the lamp that he had. That Flynn had when he was dead.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
wow,
I found that at the Rose Bowl swap meet.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good swap meet.
No.
Yeah, it's curious what I mean. And then that Boba Fett helmet, it's a shitty Boba Fett helmet, but it has Jeremy Bullock and Daniel Logan's signature on it. It's
nice.
That's awesome.
It's fiberglass, but it's extremely inaccurate.
Whatever.
At that point, it doesn't matter. It's got an autograph on it.
Yeah,
autograph on it. You love it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, this is not what's in here now, but like I still have it's like all that. There's like that, you see the shoe, that's a Bruce Jenner shoe for what I had when I was a kid. And, the Remco.
Before I was Caitlin, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Brad, just curious, because you're in earthquake country, and I used to live in earthquake country. So do you have stuff secured, strapped to the wall? Like, I mean, you've got some stuff in the center of the room here that.
Yeah. No, I don't. It's we've had a few earthquakes, and honestly, like nothing significant has fallen, but I'm waiting. It's gonna happen.
Shut up.
And
Shut up.
I do try to, like, the things that could fall would probably not be harmed by, like, so they're very light things, but
that original E11 back up there below that. Okay, so the Hasbro toys, the Vader ship, the X1 and the X-Wing. And now you've got them sitting on those poles. Did you just glue them to them? Did you drill into the toy?
Drilled into it. Drilled into it, and they actually have lights. I replaced the lights in the engines, and a lot of people don't. Maybe you guys know, but even like on the original TIE Fighter models, the laser cannons didn't have green LEDs; they had orange. Sticking out front. Yeah, so I mean, it's like I had put red and orange ones in. And they all light up and stuff, but so I just started with the, that's actually the really big Hasbro one from like 2005 or something like that. Got it for super cheap, and my son kind of played with it, but he was just like, I don't care anymore, so I just gutted it and
went for
tried to make it a quote unquote studio scale.
It looks amazing. It looks great. I mean, the one I've got behind me is a Hasbro one, but it's a newer one. But it's suffering from droopy wing syndrome, so I've got to like stiffen it up a little bit,
Yeah.
And
well, what
Janine says, can we wait until the fires are up before we get the earthquakes?
Because first it's mudslides next, so that's
right.
And then I think it's riot season.
Oh,
after that.
What is the laser pistol above the X-Wing? Is that like Buck Rogers?
That's laser tag.
That's a laser tag one. Yeah.
Yeah. You can tell by the logo.
But looking at that E11 in the box, the red box, the open like that,
shape,
it's like
man.
all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I remember seeing that.
Well, even the Han Solo imprint on it. It's in good shape.
Yeah, you can find them every so often. I was just lucky to find these a long time ago before they really shot up. Although the E11, I think I paid $650 for, so it was still pretty.
The thing was like $20 back then.
Yeah, if that. On the Jurassic Park, that's actually a screen used Jurassic Park Mr. DNA. So,
yep.
Damn, dude.
Nice.
A lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, it's all right.
A lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
meh.
It's like, all right, I gotta move to the garage.
Oh yeah. So that's my old room, but my daughter made this in what, I think kindergarten. She made that little thing. Says my daddy likes to make props just for fun.
I thought it said my daddy likes to poop or something. So I was
well, that too.
I'm glad that's better. Yeah.
Is that the Hot Toys DeLorean, the 1.6?
It is. Yeah, I had the part 1 and part 2. I sold them both just because first off, the room is they're like 2.5 feet long.
Shit, you got I had that Knight Rider. Oh, sorry.
I did too.
Good job. I just got excited.
So I saw somebody just recently trying to sell it for $400 because it had the box next to it.
I had it.
$400.
Oh yeah, yeah. That Knight Rider, I have the one in the box is completely not. It's open, but it's complete. Like it's never been put together or used or anything. And then I have the one outside that I can play with if I want to.
All right, so Brad, I got a quick question for you.
Yeah. Top
three IPs that are your favorite in order.
In order,
mm-hmm.
It would have to be Star Wars, Back to the Future, and Die Hard.
Okay. So yeah, I was expecting Indiana Jones, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because, well, here's the thing: is I don't like Temple of Doom.
Yeah. I love the first one.
Nobody's perfect. It's okay.
Absolutely love the first one. Love the third one. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of these are from my old room. I have a little bit more set up now, but yeah. So I have, again, I probably have about 100, 125 ish figures, and I can only display so many. So I'm kind of going through the ones I just would never display and selling them just because I've had them for so long.
Yeah, you mentioned you were going to sell some.
It's crazy though that when you see stuff in the original packaging, the box, that is just as important as the piece that's in it or the figure that's in it. It's like it all of a sudden takes you back to, especially for me being a kid, looking at the stores and looking for the figures and trying to get stuff and say, Mom, please, can I get this? Can I get this? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you're obviously big Back to the Future. Did you ever get the Pitbull hoverboard?
So I have the hoverboard, but I don't have a Pitbull. Because I want to make my own. I want to make it more accurate than the ones that I've seen out there. My good friend is Joe Walser, who did the restoration on the A car, the original, and so he actually has.
Oh, that's nice. Check
everything correct. Yeah, which is real.
Nice.
Zombie says his top 3 are Star Wars for first, Star Wars for second, and close third is Star Wars.
But he's talking about it in the sequel trilogy, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So there's a drawing. That's what I was more akin to. That was just like
you did pencil.
Yeah, just a cheap mechanical pencil on a printer paper, and that probably took me maybe like an hour or so, and then I sent it to somebody who wanted it. And,
jeez, dude, that's good.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Good.
Badass dude.
Thanks. There's my dog. And Ghostbusters. Yeah.
That's really cool. Awesome.
I was trying to figure out if that video was real or Memorex. You know,
that you and wife for Halloween
garage.
Yeah, so I can open this door up and
like in the
summertime, and
love that.
And I have a fire pit right in the front.
Nice. I want to send it. I'll send you my address.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's when it's clean.
That's cool. I mean, that does not look like a garage.
Yeah, my garage is a disaster right now.
Yeah.
You have Jawas running around in your garage.
Yeah. He's got Neil's running around his garage.
I got
my wife tried to call this the multi-purpose room because she wanted to be able to work out in here and store things. I'm like, oh sure.
Yeah.
Multi-purpose.
Never happened. Yeah. No. I can watch Empire and Star Wars.
Dude.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Some good neighbors you trust.
Yeah, well, it locks, and I have protection, and cameras and everything. So
nice.
Well, and it doesn't open up directly to the street like that, right? It's
there's a
there's a gate there.
Yeah,
that's cool because it really turns it into another room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The rug really ties the room together, man.
He's just a smart aleck.
I do have Lebowski stuff too. Yeah. Actually, I think he'll probably be on up there.
Lebowski.
Yeah, I think I saw you dressed up like him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool right there.
Is that the helmet you're talking about? That's not that good.
Yeah,
dude, that helmet's awesome. What are you talking about?
In photo, it looks better in photos. So I think it's one of the. It has
Rubies.
Lineage, but it's just the paint job's crappy. Yeah,
color scheme
looks great to me.
It looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Was that Randy from Corbanth behind you?
Oh, shit.
Is it?
You just triggered Jeff.
You know what? It looks a lot like him. It looks a lot like him.
Jeff's like,
I think it is him.
Where's my Death
Look
Star?
like him.
Where's my Death Star?
Yeah, my legs are falling off of my robot.
Oh yeah. So those are. Oh yeah. Name the movie. Without looking.
Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger.
Yes.
Yeah, Cloak and
Played by
Dagger.
Dabney Coleman.
Yeah, who just recently passed away.
Just recently passed away. Yeah.
R.I.P. 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. Another great movie. 95, fantastic movie.
And so so if you click on that, the one in the middle of the newspapers, those are originals from Brewster's Millions with
oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
So those stamps are the only known existing stamps from the movie. The original one, which is like, it's that inverted Jenny as they call it, like the plane upside down, which in the movie it's a big plot point. So those are the only ones left over from production.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Jeez.
Yeah. I ended up selling that lot at a prop store about a year ago.
Oh no shit.
So the company that makes that stuff is there and God, I can't remember the
Earl Hayes.
name. Yes, Earl Hayes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
there's
yeah,
a good one. Any Last Starfighter.
The only thing from Last Starfighter I have is custom action figures that my friend Gary Weaver made. And he actually had them
more often. That shit,
yeah,
that
they're awesome.
Starfighter ship is so good.
Oh, dude, I would love to print and make one of those.
I got the
I want to
files
watch
for
the
it.
movie again. Do you do?
I'm gonna watch
which
it
one?
tonight.
Last Starfighter?
Yeah, I
Yeah?
want to watch it again.
Yeah, I got the files for it.
Oh, do you really for the
Yeah, for the ship.
for the ship? Oh yeah, so there you go. There's my tiny 3D printer. So
Good choice with going with a Lego. I went with Anycubic, and that was a big mistake.
really, I'll have to ask you about some recommendations for larger ones. So.
We tried to warn Joe. He doesn't listen.
No.
Yeah, there's the signature edition
Man.
master replicas.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually saw. Oh man, back in it was San Diego Comic-Con around 2004. So I was like one of my first times there, and I saw Carrie Fisher sitting in a corner near the prop store booth, and she was just sitting there by herself on one of those like kind of tall director's chairs.
And you're like, nobody puts baby in the corner. And he went,
well, the funny thing is, no one was paying attention to her. You know, this is the like no one. People were just walking by, and it's just a kind of older lady sitting there. I saw her, and I didn't want to go up and bother her, so I didn't. But I wish I had. You know, I wish I had just gone up there and just said something to her.
Said, hi,
like,
you're amazing, thank you, and walk away.
Hey,
you know,
yeah, but I didn't. So regrets.
Regrets.
Yeah. no regrets.
Regrets.
Yeah.
Oh, can you play? I don't know if you can play audio on the one with Frank, that guy in the red. I don't know if you can play the audio or not, but I gotta tell you something I've never told anyone in my life. I can suck my own dick.
Is that insult the Rancor comedy Rancor?
No, it's from a random movie called Wet Hot American Summer. Paul Rudd and it's yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, dude, Mike Hill. Do you guys know Mike Hill?
No.
Oh man, just look at Mike Hill art, and he made his work is so that's all silicone.
Excuse me.
It's amazing. His work. It's just absolutely stunning. It's
That's
all
all
silicone, hand punched hair.
Hand punched, yeah.
Yeah. I think I even
that's
had
not a specific design, is there? That's not meant to emulate a certain design.
Yeah, so that's what's his name?
Rick Bigger.
That's Rick
Oh,
Baker.
yeah,
Yeah. Right next to casting of David for American Werewolf.
David Naughton.
Wow.
He was a pepper. Remember, he was a
Look at
doctor.
that.
Damn, that is spot on. Holy
And that's
shit.
all silicone and acrylic teeth and
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Holy crap.
Oh, it's my favorite werewolf movie.
Oh, mine too. Same.
The Howling, when you guys were talking about The Howling earlier, all of a sudden I had a flashback of being a young teenager, and there was a certain scene that I kept pausing when it came on. And if you remember the movie, you'll figure out what the scene was.
Was it by the fire?
Yes.
Yep. The booby scene.
I know what scene you paused in the second one.
Yeah, I mean, looks like you know.
Dude,
It looks like he's looking right at you and getting ready to tell you don't touch anything.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
So good.
Wow, that is so cool.
It's amazing his work. Oh, that's just a deal I got at Frankincense. Got those both for $100.
Oh, frankincense. That's what I miss. That's the only thing I miss about California is frankincense.
Yeah, you're pretty much right about that. Speaking of Goonies, so that's me and out front of the Goonies house with the map
up in Portland or whatever.
Yeah, and in Astoria. So
that's right, Oregon. Yeah, that is cool.
So that's my and that map is signed by Chunk, Jeff Cohen, and Sean Astin.
Nice,
Mikey.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I like taking props to locations and kind of knowing that mine have been at that same location that the originals were.
That's from the Rise of Skywalker, right?
The county jail, which is now in the county jail like a memorabilia store or something.
Yeah, actually, I donated. So I made that newspaper, the Chester Copperpot newspaper, and so I donated one to the museum, and
nice.
it's in there when it was first opened up.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That whole opening scene, even if you don't like Goonies, I know a lot of people here don't like Goonies. That whole opening scene, the way it's shot and the way it's done, was classic Spielberg.
Dude, Data.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Nice. That's what I said, $50 bill.
Yeah. So back when that was quite a few years ago, the road up to her house says private road, even though I guess it's technically not. It just says, please don't, please respect the owner. And so I didn't even walk up, it was just sold and the guy is going to turn it into a Airbnb and actually redo the entire interior back to the original layout.
Yeah, I read that. That's
so. The question is he going to have the David statue with the wrong?
He does have it. His magnetic, so you can flip it.
That sounds like a Joel creation to me. Yeah, that's something Joel would do.
Oh gosh, that's funny. You got to have the chips around it too.
Yeah.
So
so there's the robot chicken emperor that I made.
Okay, you made it.
That's killer. That's killer.
Yeah. I have a few robot chicken ones that I've made.
Did you got the AT-AT driver on the toilet when the bomb comes in? I love that part.
I thought about making that. Dude, that would be perfect for you because you'd actually be able to make the whole diorama around it.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
And the whole diarrhea.
Well, I was going to say, when you're sliding down the pole and you really got to go, diorama. Diorama.
I have a pleasure room. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, right? Nice.
That's awesome.
That is very pleasurable.
Yeah.
That's actually amazing stuff, Brad. You really do.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
You're a big The Boys fan, I see as well.
I am, yeah. So I got to meet Stallone at a similar. It was an AFA evening with he would come and introduce the Rocky the movie, and again went out and bought a pair. This is after I met Lucas, so I bought a pair of gloves, and they're the wrong type of gloves. But I was like, I just went to like a sporting goods, grabbed it, did the same thing, put it in my backpack. My wife and I are at the top of the back of the theater, and they say, they say, Mr. Stallone's going to come in, don't bother him. He went up, introduced, and then like two people ran up to him with like toys to get signed. So as he was leaving the theater, there was two exits. So I went down the opposite way and met up.
We already covered this question.
Yeah. And had him sign that glove. The other one, the red, white, and blue one, I bought off of somebody off the RPF. And I'm not sure if the signature is authentic or not, but it was cheap enough for, I was like, I didn't really care. I think it's authentic because it looks super accurate, but it's faded anyway. So
still looks cool.
Yeah.
It's very good, man.
Oh yeah. So that's the night that I met him.
That's really good. Was he shorter or taller or bigger or smaller or anything like
short.
that?
He's probably about, I would say if I had to guess, 5'8". 5'7".
Yeah,
Dude,
I think,
all those
I think
guys were.
Schwarzenegger's about the same size, about 5'11",
Yeah,
5'9".
they're all tiny, man. Even Gibson, all those '80s
that's
action
big.
stars were not big dudes.
Well, that's why, like, when Dolph showed up, all of a sudden you're like,
Yeah.
holy crap, this guy looks huge. No, he's
He was
only
like
6'1".
6'4".
Yeah, so that's a Jason costume I made for Halloween one
That's
time.
Show that to my son. He's a massive fan.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Oh,
I love the rib cage and that.
Yeah,
that is
that was a cheap zombie costume, and that I just put in my first venture into liquid latex, and
it's sort of go back to the other picture. Yeah, this is total. Hey, you guys, perfect, nailed it.
Maybe that's what happened to Sloth. He became Jason.
Right, he became Jason. Yeah, right.
R.I.P.
Right,
John
Gap,
Matuzak.
killer Jason.
Thanks, thank you.
So good. Well, let's do some Die Hard.
Yeah,
there it is.
That's really
PKA.
cool. Is that your favorite out of the series? The third one?
No, I'd say the first one is the first. I actually I do like first, second, and third basically in that order.
I'm trying to remember what the third one was. Second one was Dulles, right? Dulles Airport or something.
Yeah. Well, you've got his wallet and his family. Can you go back one?
Yeah.
Go
And have
back
his
one.
credit cards.
So I work in the hangar that they filmed the hangar part. In
Oh, really?
Too.
Oh, really?
Dude,
Oh,
that is
that's cool.
crazy how you have a wallet reproduction of his thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Well, so I knew the guy who owned the original wallet, and it's funny enough, his name was Simon, which is actually the name of the bad guy in the third one. And I met him on the RPF. I'm like, hey, would you mind scanning those and sending them to me? And he's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, so he scanned his photos, and they're pretty high res, but they're not super great. But they're the highest ones that are out there.
Driver's license. What about the Beretta? Is that a prop?
It's a airsoft.
Okay.
It's an airsoft. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I do want to get a 92 F.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
92 FX.
Check out Dubek. What about the Beretta? Ooh.
He's getting into guns now that he's in Florida.
Yeah. So that's a reproduction of the Barabond in the back,
Yeah.
but I actually was able to buy an original about 2 or 3 years ago. Guy bought 10 of them and was selling them on eBay for $99. And the way you can tell is, because we're talking about Earl Hayes, is you hold it up to the light and it says there's a watermark in it. It says Earl Hayes Press. So I actually ended up getting an original.
Wow.
The driver's license are like, holy crap. That you have
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
And even like the credit cards are real, like they say.
Yeah,
you get the
well, it's like the American
walkie-talkie.
Express card still looks the same, but the Chase one behind it, or how, like, the old JCPenney's or Visa MasterCards looked, back in the late 70s, early
so
80s.
many things. That's the guy's book that was on the TV station when he was like
Yeah.
talking about the book he wrote. Then you got
Yeah.
the Kenwood CB. That's
Yeah.
It's a trip, man.
Yeah, it's you guys know, like, it's a rabbit hole, right? You start with one, GL44, and then now you have 17 of them because you want every variation that you've seen, the Greedo Killer and the Empire one and Jedi and
Yeah, but I mean,
the
you
real
got the
question is,
family
you have
photos.
You have kids. How do you have time for this?
Yeah.
I need to learn from you.
I don't
Teach me.
pay attention. I don't pay attention to my kids.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's just a balance, and my kids, and the funny thing is, like, my kids have never cared about this stuff. Like, all their friends
Turbo
come over
Man.
and love it, and they just
Oh, their friends love it. Yeah.
I just saw one of these recently, Turbo Man, somewhere that people were selling them.
Walmart re-released them.
Like 2 years ago.
Jake
Yeah, so
Lloyd's
those
first
are
movie, Anakin Skywalker.
The comic, the comic and those two action figure back are from the movie. Those are real.
Wow.
Screen used or production used.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite Christmas movies. I gotta watch it every year.
Yeah. I mean, when you Phil Hartman in that, it's just hilarious.
Phil Hartman was amazing. That's such a shame. It's such crap,
Yeah.
what happened to him. But yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and you mentioned the boys. So my friend is he's one of the prop makers, and so they sculpted they made all these action figures for a mock commercial for the TV show. And I saw him. I'm like, I saw him on Instagram, and I hit him up, and we became friends. And so he gave me kind of like which action figures they use and what he did to kind of change it. So I made them as accurate as the ones he made for the show.
Oh, badass for the kit bash.
Yep.
Yeah.
That has got to be one of the more effed up shows ever, and I love every second of it.
It's amazing.
Even the Gen V was just as messed up. Yeah. Sorry, Evan. Go ahead.
No, I was saying the Human Centipede episode was your favorite season 4.
No.
I never went past season 2, so
keep going, Joel.
Oh, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, just when you think it's bad, they
make it worse.
Yeah.
The Human Centipede.
You can't make that shit up. Oh, we got some.
Yeah, so those are the panels.
Volvo. Yeah, the Volvo.
Yep.
Oh shit! It even lights up and shit.
Yeah. It's the sequence is supposed to be as accurate as the switch between Empire and Jedi, but I don't think it does. It blinks pretty well, and like the numbers change and stuff, but it's not. You're supposed to be able to turn it and like replicate the
faster
the defrosting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As many as times as I've seen the movie, it doesn't matter. It looks good.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah.
And those are actually injection molded as well. So. Yeah, so you can see I was right before. So everybody who has ever made a Han Solo and Carbonite understands that you get typically to that stage where you don't put the panels on, and it sits there for 5 years that way. And then at some point you go, okay, I'll do the panels. Yeah.
Or you're creative like J2SO, and you just do the front and stick it to a door and call it done. Which looks amazing.
Yeah, I was going to do that with mine, and then. Somebody came out with this guy named Xenix on the RPF came out with a kit for the frame.
And you're like, no, I'm an overachiever.
Those are beautiful, dude.
Oh, there's the Lustar. Yeah. So those are my friend's customs that he made.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
So you do have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was this question.
Yep. And then so they're signed by the actors on the inside.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, because you could get him to also sign anything Superman from the original Superman, because he played young Superman.
Did he really?
Yeah, he was the actor that was the one in high school.
Yeah,
helped with football and did the running, that strange run next to the train,
right?
Where you actually see the original Lois that played in the TV series.
Yeah,
he's the actor that was young Kent.
Huh, that's cool.
I liked her in Night of the Comet.
Yeah,
I bet you did.
Pretty cool custom.
Yeah, he does a great Toy Weaver's Gary Weaver. He does some amazing work. Wow. You can see him he's on Instagram.
He's put the panels on. Yeah, so
goes
maybe in
Hunter.
5 years. Maybe in 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So you asked about the pit bull. That's not my pit bull. It's another guy's. I know. But his is remote control, and so if you hit the next one, his things pivot, and that's why I want to do. Like
cool. Wow.
Yeah, and that's so cool.
Yeah, Vector Nazare.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's pretty awesome. What do those things go for? They got to be really, especially that one. That one's got to be really expensive.
Yeah, I mean that's a custom built one. So I think
a couple grand easy.
Yeah, I think it's like 2,500 or so.
Mm-hmm.
There's a. Oh yeah, that's the Back to the Future stuff. But if you go back,
thanks for hanging out.
I was able to meet Ray Park during COVID.
Oh wow!
And he
Ray
signed.
Cool.
Dude, he was the nicest guy. Honestly, honestly, one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Frankie said that he got like there early, and he's like he'll sign anything for you. He just wants to talk and and he's just the coolest guy. That's
there's
awesome.
There's a line out the door, and he came in and he greeted everybody, and he was just like, "Thank you guys so much for coming here. I know we're all in this." He was right during COVID, and he's like, I know we're in this weird time, and he spent like 5 minutes just talking outside, and then he would spend as much time as you wanted when you would get up and and visit them and get his autograph. So
Emily Swallow's the same way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's very
That's
friendly
cool.
and down to earth.
Marcel knows that one, doesn't he?
Dirk Benedict was right next to him when I got his autograph, and boy, was that a crowd!
Oh, yeah. Face, Starbuck, face.
Yeah,
however you wanna
Starbuck.
put it.
Dude, he's like 100 years old and he looks like he's 50.
I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I know. It's crazy.
It's amazing stuff.
That
This
little
is
match.
so
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so I had my buddy pose because he came over one night. And I'm like, there's like that photo. And I wanted to recreate that, and all I had were these wooden sticks. So I'm like, all right, we'll light these on fire and replicate it.
Shish kebabs.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, a lot of Back to the Future stuff. Oh, there's the DL44 and
I like it on the background. The metal background's kind of cool.
yeah, I don't know who made that. It's metal. It's like a Denix.
Yeah.
You know, it's all metal. But I don't know.
Could be a
who made it.
Blaster Factory, and then it's mounted on there or something.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Pew pew.
Yeah. What I would always do is like when my kids and I would watch a movie, I would, if I had the props, I'd always grab them and take them into the living room and let them hold, you know, if we watched like National Treasure or, you know, Jurassic Park or something.
I totally forgot about that. National Treasure. That was a great movie too.
Oh, the dude.
The dude, yeah. That's me at WonderCon.
That's
And
awesome.
it's funny because I didn't come with that guy. I saw him and I was dressed. And so we just hung out the rest of the day and walked around.
Pretty cool.
Like how he's got the coffee can with him.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
Oh, yeah. There's another robot chicken, Boba Fett.
Oh, now that's cool.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this? What is this? That's funny.
If you've never seen that episode of Robot Chicken, I highly recommend it. Yeah. Repetitive. There's the Back to the Future houses, and
Where's that located?
that's in Pasadena, South Pass.
Yep.
Kind of almost Altadena. It was like right in between.
Mm.
So I don't think it was affected though with the fires.
Yeah, and then Marty, the McFly house was
Like North Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and then there's Whittier where the high school is. So it's kind of like all over LA.
They call that movie magic.
Yeah. Yeah, well, all these houses are right across the street from each other. So in the movies, they make it seem like it's so far away. Here's a fun fact is that, what's her name? The mom in Back to the Future. I don't know why I'm blanking. What's that?
Lorraine.
Yeah, Lorraine. So her house in Back to the Future ends up being Michael J. Fox's house in Teen Wolf.
No way.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So there's the tree, the peeping Tom tree.
Oh, that's right.
And there's white guy legs from a cruise. Oh yeah, some autographs and stuff, but
You like this guy, huh?
yeah, I'm a big Lebowski fan. So that's
My wife just finished watching it downstairs.
Did she like it?
Oh, that's like her 50th time saying it.
Okay, yeah. My wife does not get it.
Our first intended date was at the bowling alley there in
Really?
Yeah, there in
Which I believe is gone now.
It is.
I think it's gone. Yeah.
That was the first date that things went south, but good, right? That was the Palm Street massacre.
That was before, but yeah, that's
Okay.
I still refer to her as the future Mrs.
Yes.
Hanson. Yeah.
Future. Cocktails and Dreams. Are you serious?
Oh wow.
Yeah. I got those my my neon collection.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And there's what Jeff was talking about, the marquee plaques at the top for the
Oh, down there at the bottom. Yeah. Bottom of the corner.
Yeah, that's a rug.
Jackson. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, and Goliath.
Yeah. Nostalgia bait.
Galaga.
And there's National Treasure on the left.
Oh, yeah. The glasses. You got the glasses.
Yeah.
You had Romancing the Stone, too, I think.
I do, yeah. Yeah, I'm big on the adventure movies, I guess.
Yeah, make sure if you ever Google that you spell stone correctly.
Romancing the...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh, yeah, and it exists. Trust me.
Brad, I'm kind of surprised in this setup you don't have the little pig statue. That the.
Oh, you mean the one that's hidden in?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was a rabbit. It was a rabbit statue.
Was it a rabbit? Okay.
Yeah, I've looked for it, and I'm sure that it's actually was made. Was a real thing. But thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna go and look that in.
I am,
dude.
Yeah, dude abides. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I made that snow globe.
Nice.
It's based on a art print.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Nakatomi? Was that Nakatomi?
Nakatomi? Not gonna work anymore.
Naka. I know. I'm getting stuck.
I used to go in there in college. I had an internship in that building.
Oh, at the Fox Plaza.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you ever walk in there and go yippee-ki-yay and just no?
So
run around naked?
Yeah.
That's everywhere I go.
Yeah. My son and I went there on Christmas Eve 2 years ago, and they let me into the building. It was open on Christmas Eve, and I actually have a video later on, I think. And it was crazy because they have a big Christmas tree in the lobby, and you probably have seen them where someone's made the ornament that looks like him stuck in the shaft.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
We actually had that on the Christmas tree.
That's awesome.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's still one of the best Christmas movies. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So like a lot of people don't realize the shoes on the they say "fuck you" on them.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
You don't see him in one shot when she's walking. It's like a shot up above, and she's killing the crazy 88s, and yeah. So my buddy Frank Ippolito made these the soles for these, and I swapped them out from the originals.
That's impressive. That's incredible. These are all like detops too, huh? That you're using.
Yeah.
Oh wow, the puppet.
That's the original from Poltergeist from the prop store auction.
Shut up.
And that thing sold for crazy money.
Yeah.
Colors changed. Yeah. Colors
changed. Yeah, if you scroll through that, and there's Indy's real gun.
Wow.
So just quick aside, so Evan mentioned earlier, I lived in Simi Valley for about 12 years, and we used to go by the Poltergeist house, which actually just went up for sale in the last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that house too. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm very fortunate. My friend works for a prop store, and I've sold things through prop stores. So I get invited to the preview nights.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So there's the dude's
cool.
real robe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So this is at the Peterson Automotive Museum on their mezzanine.
La Cienega and
Wilshire. On Wilshire. Yeah. There's the dude's class.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh, Larry.
Is this your homework, Larry? Is this your homework? We know you stole the car.
You want to see what happens when you F him in the ass?
Where's the money? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Shit.
That's the original. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's held up pretty good. Wow.
That's the fear with some of this stuff, right? It's like, oh yeah, I've got the original, whatever. But like this, I was expecting this thing to sell for a lot more, and to find out that some lady wore it to like a cocktail party or Halloween party or something, and spilled stuff on it.
Yeah,
nobody cares.
And it's one of one. You know, they didn't make two. So I mean, honestly, standing, I was like a foot and a half from it. It just, I mean, dude, it put you back in 1977. You know. Seeing that final scene, you know,
it's no mistaking it. I mean, it's so unique.
Yeah, it's in great condition too.
It looks like it. Yeah. Wow.
Thank you, Pats fan.
Oh, this is yours right here, right?
Yeah, so that's my whip. It was used in the Entertainment Weekly ad. It's actually at Prop Store right now. So it went up for auction. It's sold, but I guess I put a reserve on it that I didn't know that I did. It was sold for like 6,000, and I think I must have put a reserve of 7 or something like that. So it's going back up for auction actually in the spring with that hat. So that's not my hat, but it's the owner of Prop Store's hat.
So do you know if Harrison walked in there and goes, "That ain't my whip"?
He doesn't. Rat's ass. He's like, I don't care about this stuff.
Yeah.
He really doesn't.
I don't think he even kept any of it. So
And that's why we love him.
Yeah. Just give me the paycheck.
Or the guy he smashed his Lego ship hates him.
That's hilarious.
You can just see the disappointment.
Oh yeah. So if you scroll to that's outside.
Oh wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's playing the weather outside. So I think I have the video of me pulling up. Oh yeah, so that's the original.
Nice.
That's the original Barabond in the lobby of Nakatomi.
Wow.
How long thereafter
the
did security escort you out?
So security is right to the left of there, and I asked them, "Do you mind if I come in and take photos?" She's like, "I don't care." So I'm like, "Do you mind if I go to the 30th floor and take over the building?" Yeah.
It's probably one of those
that
things
they
that
might
after
care.
time they're just like, it's how many years? 40
Another
years. now?
nerd.
Yeah, you're not the first dummy who said that.
So did you walk around the building outside and try to figure out where Hans Gruber fell?
I didn't think about that. Yeah. So yeah.
Very cool.
Oh yeah, and then we went to Europe, so I had to take the National Treasure plank to Buckingham Palace. So everyone was looking at me like, "What the hell is this person doing?" It was packed in front of Buckingham Palace, and I was like, "I have to take a photo."
Wow.
Yeah, people look at me weird.
Oh, this is funny. It's from Robot Chicken or what?
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like Homer Simpson.
So we've seen a couple of photos here on the side. Your wife looks fairly normal. What does she think about all this?
Your wife seems
good question. Yeah. Well, thank God she's a therapist. She's a behavioral therapist.
All right, that makes sense of why she's like, yes, I'll have my own patient always.
I was a case study for her, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. But on our first date, I did tell her that I made custom action figures, and it's her fault. She stuck with me. So I always say, hey, you had
like you play with dolls. You're like, they're action figures.
They're action figures.
Limited edition.
Yeah. So yeah. So I forget who's about to do his.
Hey, Steven.
What's up, Steven?
Whoever's about to start their side panels, they're actually
it was Zombie. Yeah. Zombie.
Yeah. So Zombie. Yeah. So they're actually fairly easy to do once you get going. It's just the motivation to do it. Yeah. And I modeled the top of my Han Solo and the bottom. They're the same off of not the screen use, but the sideshow. There's a sideshow one where they had him floating. Is it a sideshow or it was a statue? And it had him floating. It had those
they did
kind
both.
of.
They did a statue and they did a 6-scale, I guess, figure. It's not really a figure, but yeah. So that's on the top of that, is what you're saying. That's what you.
Yeah, yeah. So I kind of, because the one in the archives is just like their little pockets, their little holes in there. So, yeah. There's so I found, it's funny. I found that on the street.
Found it on the street.
Yeah, like down the street from my house. Someone was throwing that away, and so I picked it up and I recreated the arms and the nose and.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so my daughter and I kind of worked on that together. It's a sculptable foam, so we did wire armatures for it, and then I had her like work with me
What a
That's
fun
really
project
cool.
for your daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah.
she's 17 and a half.
And a half. Yeah. So then I made this studio scale. So like those ETs are 3D printed. I found this bike, it's like a die cast metal bike, and I made it look like the one from the movie. Cause I always liked the studio scale of him going across the sky.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So
that's pretty.
I made this again for my wife, and she's like, you never sell that because that's mine. It's like her.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's good.
So,
what did you use for the figure?
It's a Harry Potter head.
Okay.
And then the body is just like a random super thin body that I had to cut down to make child size.
Because the shoes and everything, the pant. I mean, it looks fantastic.
Thanks.
You used,
came out really well, and like the basket's accurate. It's a 3D printed basket of the original, and
great.
And like so, our Ichi's fingers lights. So I put a SME. What is it called? SMD or SMGs?
The little ones. The little
the
lights.
little tiny. And trenched out at his finger, and it runs down to the base, so you can turn it on and off. So, thanks.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's cool.
Be good.
Yeah.
Well,
that's. Oh yeah. So
wow.
when I went to the prop store event, a couple years ago now, I don't remember, maybe it's a year ago. So that was when they're doing the huge auction for Anthony Daniels. And there's a video out there of him asking the audience. He's a great MC. He's walking up and down the aisles and just being funny and witty. And he asked everybody, he's like, so who knows the first, words of Star Wars? And he was only a couple of feet away from me. I was trying to think. I was like, "Oh, did you hear that?" I was trying to go through my head, what it was. And he puts the microphone right on me, and he's like, "Go ahead, say it." I'm like, I stood up and it just blinked. I was like, and he was trying to help me. He was like kind of prodding me along. I'm like, I just couldn't.
It could have been worse, Brad. You could have squatted right next to him and started going beep, boop, bloop, bloops, and I'm R2D2, and that would have been like, oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's Phil Tippett and
Dennis Muren.
Yeah.
Oh man.
There's J2SO or K2SO.
K2SO, Alan Tudnik.
Alan Tudnik, yeah. That was at Comic-Con. Yeah.
Wow, dude.
There's Mia's Griff.
He's appearing at Vancouver Expo in February with Hayden Christensen up here in Vancouver.
Oh, that's awesome.
I liked him as Resident Alien or whatever it was. The first season was hilarious.
I love that show.
He was walking around and no one even knew who he was. And this is probably 2015 or so, 2016.
Yeah, Firefly is how I know
Firefly,
him.
Wash, yeah.
He did a bunch of stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And Dodgeball.
R.I.P. Firefly.
He was Steve the Pirate.
Steve's the Pirate. That's a great name.
And that's Steve Johnson. If you go down a little bit, and so that's Steve Johnson, the sculptor of Slimer from Ghostbusters.
Oh wow!
The guy in the middle played Slimer. He was the guy in the suit from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I see it. I recognize.
Yeah, Steve Johnson also he did all the work on The Abyss and
wow.
He's Fright Night. Did all the special effects on Fright. I mean, he's a big name in the special effects. So.
I wonder if he worked with if he worked with Stan Winston. I wonder if Andy worked with him at all.
Oh man,
quite possibly.
Because Andy Myers, our buddy over here, used to work for Stan and did things like Ghostbusters. He was part of that and on that set.
Yeah, he did the commercial and stuff. I know that for sure.
Yeah, my son and I building the RC car. I don't know if you guys ever had that from the 80s, the Grasshopper, or
it looks familiar. I don't think I ever got it. Yeah,
I wanted it. Yeah, remember that.
So, kind of like you were saying, it's fun to do stuff with the kids, make get them involved.
It's
especially when you can use them for cheap labor. I mean, come on, that's the way to do it.
I don't want to put this thing together. You do it. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's me.
Yeah, it's always bam into the curb.
Yeah, right into my shin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 5-second ride and it's trashed.
Yeah.
Does anybody else see 6 blue elephants on the left of the screen? No. Yeah. No, there are no blue elephants.
Very cool.
Yeah, well,
man.
speaking of, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I don't want to dominate the rest of the. I mean, it's already been 2 hours and 20 minutes. But
Too late, Brad. Too late.
This is your episode.
Well, you guys do this for like 6 hours, right? I mean,
No.
Yeah, it's a marathon.
Sometimes we've gone over 3 hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like 85% of the time.
Yeah, well, you're already on Empire in the background, so
yeah, we're
right. We're already on the second movie. Yeah. Once we start getting into the sequels,
we know we're
done. We're out. No more.
But yeah, no, thank you guys very much for taking the time to.
Brad, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it because a lot of things that you showed, not only were they just cool because of the collection you had. I mean, having John McClane's wallet and credit cards. I mean, that's just like, wow. But there was so much stuff in there that brought me back. Like the Tron figures and all that other stuff. That's always such a fun feeling to have. You're like, oh yeah, I remember how excited I was for that.
And that's because that was the glory of the 80s. There were so many properties, so many movies and things that just, it wasn't just Star Wars. It was mostly Star Wars that what dominates our focus. But for the most part, there's so many things to love and go back to.
Well, the toys took a big change. I mean, it was what we had 10 toys, and all of a sudden we had Star Wars figures, and you're like, wow, it was amazing.
Yeah. Well, it's funny if you ever go on eBay and you look for 70s toys, it's all Matchbox up until 77, 78.
Yeah.
And then the explosion.
You got the Migos, you got the Migos, you got the
Micronauts were the shit, dude.
Yeah, Micronauts. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Hyper articulated.
Yeah.
So, Brad, what do you not have in your collection that you want to get or you've been chasing after?
No, I'm pretty much done. Honestly, like that's kind of why I'm selling a lot of the extra things that I have. Because I'm like
Alexander the Great. You have no worlds left to conquer.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I would have loved to have like a run of the original GI Joes on card, but because of their O-ring style, they the rubber perishes, and then all of a sudden you have a group of limbs in the bubble.
They just fall off.
Yeah,
they rot.
Wow,
they do. Yeah. They rot now.
Yeah.
What's your favorite GI Joe, man?
All right, you guys are gonna laugh. Snow Job.
Snow Job.
No.
I predicted that's what you were gonna say.
Really?
I
have him on. Yeah, I have him on a replica card up here.
That's awesome.
Why would they name him that? I mean,
I know it's horrible.
It's like Hammer Fist in the He-Man universe.
Beachhead. There's that guy. But I liked him because he came with the skis that went on his backpack.
I'm the Cobra Eel.
Oh yeah. That's another one.
Yeah. I want to get that art book, dude, just because the card art itself was like very similar to kind of Macquarie. It's all acrylic,
Yep.
Yeah.
Not super advanced, but just powerful, impactful art.
Yeah. I thought about painting. Just now, I'm on a kick thanks to Marcel.
You should, man. You should do just a GI Joe piece.
Yeah. But
of Snow Job.
I've actually got a custom 12-inch of him.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
Also, no one Googles Snow Job. I'm just saying. Don't Google it.
Yeah.
So I know Marcel has been waiting to give some shout outs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
I don't know. Keep in mind, I'm kind of a bonehead about sharing my page, Evan. Is it shared to you now?
I think you're
it's
sharing
down here. Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
There you go.
Is that what you is? What are you seeing? What are you seeing there?
We see the Google.
We see Google
search results.
The mock.
Oh, really?
You're
how do I share my
anything bad?
We see your porn
that
history.
could have been bad. Yeah.
Right. How do I share my preview screen? Like the one on, like I'm looking at it right on the front of my page here.
Go to present,
and then I think you should pick which one you're looking at. Yeah,
and then go into the Windows tab and find it.
Share screen.
Don't feel bad. You haven't put anybody in timeout.
Oh no, I'm not worried.
Yeah. Joel.
Oh, here.
Holds a record.
No,
Yeah,
window.
tab and then look for the window you're looking to share.
The heck? I don't know why it's not showing the screen. I've got the preview screen up, but it's not showing it. This sucks. Boo. How do I? This sucks so bad because I've been wanting to. Do I minimize this? Wait a minute. Can you see that?
Nothing.
Nothing there.
Is it a web browser?
No, it's my preview screen on my desktop.
Yeah, that's
should be able to select it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy, man. Just go to present, share screen.
Present.
Yeah,
Go
if
to
you're
the window
figuring out how to
tab.
present.
Give me one more try here. That could have been awkward. Present.
Incognito.
Slides and PDFs.
Yeah, you don't have to worry. It would have been Marcel like Googling.
Go to your Windows tab. So you should see a Home tab, Win tab, and an entire screen. When you hit present.
Sucks. Window. Safari. Preview. Share. No. Chrome has lost permission to capture your
screen. Put in the disk and reload AOL.
Well, you have to give it permission. Yeah.
AOL.
How many AOL minutes do you have?
I know, right?
Let me see here.
Oh,
now I have to open
Marcel.
all these.
Nancy, I'm on the computer. Get off the phone.
Right. It sucks so bad.
Who's using the modem?
Right. Okay. Well, I can't show the pictures, so it kind of blows.
Can you send it to chat or
Yeah.
something that somebody else can pick it up?
How do I send it to chat?
Or is it a website?
No, it's a bunch of photos that I have here.
Hmm.
Can I send them to Eben? Can I send them to you on Facebook?
Sure.
Okay, talk amongst yourselves, and I'll send these to Eben.
Joel, let's talk about your guy.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
That guy.
The dude sitting next to you.
Oh, Neil.
Good, yeah.
My buddy.
What's he made out of? What's his face made out of?
It's just a print.
Oh wow.
No. Ah!
Yeah, it's a filament print, and then he's on a posable mannequin, infant mannequin.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I just made some greeblies for him. That's actually the mic that goes on the helmet, the Hoth helmet.
On the Hoth.
And then the other ones, I have random greebly things that I put together to make it look. And I used the 6-inch figure. I don't have it with me, but I used the 6-inch figure of some of the little greeblies he has on his belt. And these are just kids' infant outfit.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're pretty cool. So yeah,
looks
It
amazing.
came together amazing, man.
Yeah.
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 Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what are the eyes made out of?
They're like they're plastic eyes that I use on my Ewoks. They're bear eyes.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Yeah. And then I dyed the hair from my white hair that I use for my wampas and stuff like that.
Did you use red dye? Like a red dye?
I did. I used a blue red dye. Yeah.
For synthetic.
Neil has a tape measure on his side.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty cool.
And the shoes are just
Bob the Builder. It's Neil the Builder on this one.
Yeah. We can fix it. Yes, we can.
Is this a commission, Joel? Or
Well, no, but I was hoping to bring it to MegaCon for J2SO, so I still might. We'll see.
I just realized J2SO left.
Oh yeah,
J2
his wife
and
wasn't
Jeff.
feeling good. And
Yeah.
so Jeff,
J2 had drop off for wife, and Jeff's had a long week. He did the Irish goodbye. Respect that.
Oh, come on. Let's just it was because of me. Let's just cut to the chase.
Oh, no.
You did suck all the oxygen out of the room, but
Okay.
no, man, it's dude, it's tough, man. We work. Feels like the older we get, we should be working less, but we're working more. All of us.
Did you get them, Eben?
Looking for them. Yep.
They're on the Facebook chat.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Joel, you should definitely bring that
Facebook
because
there,
if we
Evan.
do a signing at MegaCon, that'd be cool to.
Well,
have
if
the-
I'm bringing it on the plane, I'm not bringing it back. So
Yeah. But he's
someone's
gorgeous.
going to take it home in Florida if I bring it.
Okay.
you.
So there's this one and another painting that goes along with that. So I'll just mention this. This is from, I don't know the guy's actual name, I'm afraid. Maybe you guys know him. His handle on Instagram is All Geeks. I don't know if you know him.
I know him.
Anyway, he is. This was something. He's a mail delivery dude, or he works at a mail delivery place for the U.S. Postal Service, and so he was invited by his boss to create a painting for his job. So this is a fairly big painting. I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like 2.5 by 3 feet, something like that.
Wow.
Nice.
It's pretty large. He just started sending me his stuff, and I thought that I asked his permission if I could share it here. So his name is ALL _geek with a Z, All Geeks on Instagram. So I don't know if you're interested. He does some. If I recall correctly, he does some stop motion stuff. Some pretty fun stop motion stuff. It's pretty cool. So go check this guy out. He's another creator. Another creator in the space.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Awesome.
Eben, if you don't mind, if you when you're done doing what you're doing, if you could do the really sexy looking. Oh, there's the other thing by All Geeks. So he did this piece. This is a part of, I think it's Tokyo. That's one of his favorite characters, and this is an area in Tokyo where he visited. And you can see on the right-hand side there, he dropped Ahsoka in there.
And Shinari.
Oh yeah, nice.
So he just sent that to me, and you know, he was saying, "Oh, thanks for the inspiration and stuff like that." So I thought I would share his stuff out. You know, go check out his page. He's doing some really cool stuff. It's fun, and check out his stop motion stuff. It's really cool.
I like stop motion. Learn how to do that.
Yeah, it's funny. It's quite funny. There's a couple of other pictures there of an
Joel, you just have to
AP
take it one frame at a time.
Okay. So this is, I have their name. I think
she was on the chat tonight.
It's a galaxy far, far away. Is their internet handle, and they just. What's that, Eben?
She's in our Facebook group too.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, they just started following me today, and so I just try to keep my eye out for people who are. So I follow them back naturally. So I just tried to keep my eye out on people who are doing really cool shit.
Yeah.
And if you go through these photos, these are like hot toys.
Yeah.
I just grabbed. So I didn't ask their permission, to be honest. I just thought just right before I came on the show, I saw these. So I thought these are super dope. Like these are hot toys. Like that's a horse they bought off of like eBay or whatever, and they threw the dude on a horse.
That's so cool.
Aragorn.
Well, it just disappeared on me.
It's okay. Check that out.
Dude,
like
that looks real.
That looks cinematic.
Yeah.
Right. That's super. So that's a galaxy there. That's there. I took that so I could. A galaxy far, far away. So I saw, Eben, you were liking some of their stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I've known Mandy now maybe, I don't know, like a year or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely astonishing. Really fantastic. So go follow them. check out some of their stuff. Yeah, here's some more lovely Star Wars goodness. So they've got this photography thing on lock, right?
Yeah.
They know exactly what they're doing. And you know what might be interesting is if somebody who watches the show lives near them and wants to do like a collab with them or something, I don't know, hook up some artists together, maybe get some photography. I know Jens, he works with from Legacy Arts. He works with a specific photographer that does a lot of great work for them. And let me see if
awesome.
Do you have the AT-AT shots there, boss?
So
check that out, hey. Okay, just go through these.
The show.
Oh, am I done for AT-AT?
So, on Facebook, Mandy Burton. So if you see her in person,
wow, look at that. That's amazing.
Yeah, but even the mace was incredible.
Yeah, the mace was sick. I really like that.
To get that correct depth of field in that photography is so hard at that scale.
Yeah. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh shit! I'm going on Evan's show, so I got to share this stuff because it's just so beautiful. It's not just good; it's astonishingly beautiful."
It's the depth of field, about the lighting. No, it's all good, man.
So, sorry, Evan. I had it all set up on preview, but it's a new laptop, so it's not. Okay,
cool.
So this is another person I wanted to shout out. I asked Steven. This is Steven Uceda, or I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name.
He's here.
Uceda.
Or was in the chat.
Uceda. Yeah. So Steven is, I think he's on Instagram, but he's started up a new YouTube channel. So go subscribe to Steven Useda on YouTube. So these are some shots from his YouTube channel. He just got started with these, and the photography is totally different.
It's amazing.
From what we just saw.
He did a quick video on the Tusken Raider helmet that was just like, wow.
You could slide through these.
Yeah, good quality.
Yeah, he's super. So I think he's either planning to do this. Yeah, just skip through them. We've been on.
Are those Regal Robot ones?
Yeah. So here's his maquettes. Yeah, he was saying Regal Robot's going to get fall in love with what he's doing.
Yeah.
Check that out. That's a great shot. Colors are
shot.
great. Yeah. And then this is Trent. So I think most of you guys know Trent Runyon. So this goes this goes more with like what Brad's doing. So Trent, he spent a few pretty pennies on if you could just go to the next two, Evan, that would be awesome.
Dude,
he's never done this before. So he's never built this before. It's a studio scale from Max Reppy, I think his name is.
Yeah.
And he'll be painting this as well. So I thought this was pretty sick. And it's just like what Brad's doing, which I think is really important for people to do, which is just do it, just like give it a go and take a stab at it. So there's one more photo, I think, there, Evan, of this guy.
He's using my favorite glue too, the Loctite.
Yeah, that's it. So it's a pretty big piece, and he's going to take his time on it. But you can follow Trent. I'm pretty sure he's definitely on Facebook.
Bespin guy.
Yeah, Bespin guy, right? Thanks. So go give him a follow. This is the All Geeks dude. So these are just three people I wanted to bring to your guys' attention. Maybe all of you know of them already. Maybe you don't. But I figured since Evan and Brad invited me to come on, I would just fulfill my purpose, which is what I did with Brad, which is like, show people what people are doing, right? And so that's what these guys are doing. They're really, really great. I just wanted to mention one last thing, which is that, like, I think most Star Wars people, like the OT, especially the OT fans, maybe, I don't know. I'm not a prequel guy. Like, I was at a different period of my life when the prequels came out. But back when the OT came out, I don't think that we were all just blown away by what we saw on the screen. I think we were all inspired to be creators because of what we saw on the screen. So it wasn't just the film and the story and the soundtrack and the characters. It's what it like pulled out of us. And the way I see it is that most of the people in this space that have shows or regularly appearing on the show just can't help themselves but be creative. And so I think it's important to, you know, highlight new creative people and to give as much support as you can to that creative instinct, because all it takes is just that one voice. If you just have one person in your corner saying go 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 go, don't fuck around, go 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 go, you'll keep going. But if you don't have just that one voice, the doubts and the reasons not to do it sometimes
100%.
can overwhelm you like a tsunami, and it just doesn't happen. And it's like the whole, you know, I was thinking about it the other day, and sorry, I always get this weird meta shit, but you know, the Old Testament, the first thing God did was create. And to make something happen, you have to make something. And that's what we're all doing here. So I just try to keep my eye out and see what creators are happening. And if somebody happens to follow me and they're doing that, I'll come on here. So thanks for the opportunity, Eben, for me to shout these people out. I'll do it whenever I can for whomever I can, because I just think it's so important. And so thanks, Eben, for the show, and thanks for the Spice Runners guys for the show, because you're creating the platform every Friday to bring creators to everybody's attention. And if there was nobody doing that, those creators would have nothing to sort of, no platform and less hope and less hopefulness. So what you guys bring is the spirit of creativity, the spirit of hopefulness, you know, the opportunity for people to just have this crack of light and share their stuff out into the world. And so, you know, you guys do a great job of it every Friday night. And so, you know, it's awesome. Brad's stuff is absolutely, you know, spectacular. Everybody's stuff is really, really great. So thank you so much for letting me shout out these people. You know, congratulations, Brad, on the excellent work. And we're all looking forward to seeing you finish your Return of the Jedi.
I know. Go. I've been fucking around too much.
Just get on it, and good luck to Trent with his AT-AT, or no, it's not an AT-AT, but Walker. And Steven Uceda with your channel, All Geeks, and Mandy. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks. Nice. Yeah.
Good way to keep it positive.
Good segue to the pickups.
Oh, we'll do that next week.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're pushing it. That's gonna be another hour. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have an extended pickup episode next week for those that are patiently waiting. But yeah, so I guess we can wrap it up on a positive note. So Brad, thank you for sharing your art, sharing your collection, all your customs. Marcel, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate
touching his hair.
The positivity. Yeah, all right. Let me finish my wine.
Yeah, it's like, no, I mean, you're right. There's a lot of us that are here, if not most of us, if all of us, are creators of some sort or another. Whether it's curating your own collection and having it done a certain way, you're creating the way you want it displayed, to making stuff. And it's awesome to bring light to those people if you're not familiar with them, you know, and help support them. And that's what this community is all about, supporting each other. And rising and bringing each other up.
Yeah. Even if you're not creating, it's about inspiration. We were all inspired at the same point.
Yeah.
So it's about just connecting with people. So even if you're not a maker, that's cool too. You're not an artist.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And do back
next week. We'll do it next week, Luis.
Do back really quick. Do back. I maybe it's obvious and I missed it, but what's the deliveries part of your name?
No, it's not obvious. I don't know. It was just something that rung in my head one day, and I've got a illustration in mind that I've never actually produced that I want to do.
You need to, yeah.
Get it done.
Maybe it should be Deliverance.
I get it. I get an image, you know.
Yeah, no,
I've
I've got-
going
I've got
down
it.
the street making deliveries.
Yeah, I've got a pretty strong number of sketches that have never made to render phase, but yeah, that's coming.
Thank you, everybody.
Hello, Randy. Yeah.
Yeah, Rand. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah,
Randy,
well, thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. It was,
thanks
it was
for joining us,
awesome.
Brad.
I added you as a friend, Brad.
Awesome. I'll accept it.
Thank you for being a friend.
Well, I
added you as a friend. Yeah,
had
yeah,
to
whatever,
ask
Joel.
for permission.
It's like, cool, I will deny you immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys don't like hang up when I end the stream. We'll keep chatting afterwards.
Brad and Marcel, that means hang out for a minute.
Yeah, and, the guys in the chat, thank you for hanging out with us. Almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week's gonna be dedicated to community pickups. So that was
Sorry about that, but it was kind of working.
Shame.
We definitely had a
Stop
lot of
buying
fun.
shit, okay? Just
That's
save your money.
Yep. All right, until next week. I guess next week is February. Oh no, it's the 31st.
It'll be the 31st.
31st. So one more episode in January, and then start February. Until then, you guys have a good night. May the force be here for you.
Peace.
Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. Don't forget that.
Later.